We got another number 8.
The Tennessee dairy farm families are proud to
We're about to
support high
start.
school athletics. Milk is a great source of protein, and chocolate milk is a way to fuel up after exercise. So lift a glass and toast your local dairy farmer as you build strong and healthy bones and muscles.
An offseason of build-up and onlooking came to a climax last week as teams across the state strapped up the helmets for the first time in 2025. Now, 6 days removed from the high school season commencing, both players and coaches have a better understanding of just how much their teams are capable of this year. However, the events of last week have also left some in confusion and disappointment. Still looking to answer some of those hard-hitting questions asked in the heat of the summer. Now, as the dog days come to a close and that crisp fall air begins to creep toward Greene County, we can all slowly start to affirm that sweet reality. High school football is indeed back, and it has been sorely missed. Tonight, those fall and autumn evenings filled with pads popping come to a night early in the week on a Thursday night as two cross-county foes go toe-to-toe under these Thursday night lights. The West Greene Buffaloes make the trek from the range tonight as one of those teams still looking for some answers, looking to forget a less than stellar week 1 outing, and the Buffs will be aiming to tune up the offense and break a 5-game losing streak dating back to last season. A veteran presence in the trenches and a hard-nosed mentality, they'll wish to taste victory for the first time here in 2025. Another solid squad looking for its first win in the New Year's, who they will line up against tonight, the North Greene Huskies. Coming off an electric back-and-forth affair in the Black Hole, the Huskies will be looking to correct some of those mistakes from last week and avenge a shocking defeat from a year ago. What's more, they'll be defending their home turf for the first time here on the Tundra tonight and trying to snap a decade-long losing spell against county competition. Uncertain times lay ahead, but one thing remains indisputable. Tonight, one of these squads will find the win column for the first time this year, while the other will stumble home in agonizing defeat. And those questions continue to pile up. It's North Greene, West Greene here on the Tundra tonight, and it's Greene County football a day earlier, and we have it all right here for you on First Horizon, Greene Sports Zone.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac. At Bachman Bernard, they go the extra mile to see you smile. By Tommie's Plumbing. If you got a leak, let Tommie take a peek. The Marathon Quick Stop Markets. Run in when you run out. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor. Gateway Ford Nissan. Buy local and save thousands at Gateway Ford Nissan. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day. Casper's Wrecker Service. Providing quick towing to East Tennessee since 1992. Open 24 hours a day. Tusculum Body Shop since 1963. Come see them for all your auto body needs. Sweet Sports Tavern and Eatery. Score a seat at Sweets, where fans become family. Main Brand Hair Company. Go experience the Main Brand difference. Food City. Value every day. The Terry Law Firm. The Terry Law Firm fights for you. Small town firm, big city know-how. Terry's Flooring. Add value to your home by seeing Popsy and his team. The 107 Tire Center, your neighborhood tire and auto experts. The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Baileyton. 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, Greenville's first in-class laundromat. State Representative David Hawk, proud, unwavering, conservative leadership. Baileyton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number. Heritage Community Bank, making a difference for their customers. Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Well, the frost is not fully settled here on the Tundra. Permafrost in early, or I guess I should say late August, Chris, but absolutely you can tell that fall's in the air. High school football back in full swing. Last week got the pads popping. Here in week 2 of the season, we get this action a night early. I feel like it's Christmas come early for us, honestly. North Greene, West Greene, big matchup on our hands here tonight. Matthew Palazzo here with Chris Sauceman, elevated field side at the Tundra. Tyler Nichols, our producer for the evening, and Derek Tarleton on the camera. We thank you for joining us here for our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Second time we've gotten to do this season, and it's for an incredible matchup here in Week 2. Chris, how are we feeling tonight?
Absolutely. I'm looking so forward to this game. We got to see North Greene play last week in a very electric game back and forth, and so I can't wait to see what they're about to do this week.
Got to see North Greene last week, as you said, and battled back and forth in Lower Afton, but ultimately came away with a loss. West Greene, another team looking to taste the win column for the first time this season. So both of these teams come into tonight winless, but doesn't necessarily mean they're bad teams. They just haven't won yet here in 2025. So I'm anxious to see both those players we saw last week and the players we'll see for the first time here tonight, how they're faring here on a Thursday night.
Absolutely. I think you've got kids that have heart in the game. And like you mentioned, they're not bad teams just out of one loss. They just had a bad opener, and so they look to bounce back from that.
North Greene facing off against West Greene for the 47th time in school history. You remember they took those 2 years off in terms of the county v. county matchups. While they did still play against West Greene a season ago, still getting into the swing of things here in the 50th year that the County Cup is up for grabs. North Greene one-time champions of that County Cup. West Greene has won it a total of 9 times. So still a lot to play for in terms of just bragging rights. This being a non-region matchup. North Greene, a very expansive region. West Greene haven't already punched their ticket being in a 4-team region. I mean, there's so many storylines, and we're going to get to that and a whole lot more throughout our pregame coverage here as we enter in to the Heritage Community Bank pregame show, including coaches' interviews, player spotlights, and a matchup preview, including a series history with some numbers that are quite striking. So you're not going to want to miss that. We're going to get into a whole host of things, but we'll take our first break. Coming up, we'll get into one of those coaches' interview. We'll tell them about who that is when we come back here on First Horizon Greene Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job, from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
And we welcome you back to the Tundra kickoff, about 35 minutes away between North Greene and West Greene here on a Thursday night, as we welcome you back into the Heritage Community Bank kickoff show. Chris, a lot of stakes up for grabs here tonight in this cross-county rivalry. Played a day earlier. The short week, how do you think it affects these teams having that one less day of practice?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's some big factors that can go into that. Obviously, you're coming off of a loss, so you'd love to have that extra day of practice and preparation. So you're having to kind of squeeze things in a little bit tighter this week than you would in a prior week.
And it puts you in a unique position as well, playing on a Thursday night. All eyes are on you. All the other county schools playing tomorrow, including Greenville, on a Friday as regularly scheduled. First of those matchups that we'll look at is that South Greene-Daniel Boone game. So our Tyler Nichols got the chance to sit down and talk with Coach Sean Jones of the Relentless Rebels earlier this week. And here's a couple of highlights of what he had to say in that interview.
Going into Friday night when you play Boone, what can we expect?
Well, first of all, if we've played them 14 times, we're all 14, and that's a
I
big
think
deal.
you won once.
Oh, we have won once.
I think it was the first meeting ever.
Well, the rest of the time, we played some Boone has got some tough teams. We played them well. The biggest thing is, we want that first win, and also you're looking at Boone's lost 14 straight. They're needing a big time win, and you're pretty sure when Boone calls to reschedule that game that they're expecting to win. I mean, we're 2A school, so but we'll always play Coach Jenkins, and so when he called, I kind of knew why he was calling for this year because they'd went over 10 last year. But we're going to go up there and play, and we expect to go up there and play well, and expect to if we play well, we come out to win. So we're going to go up there and give it our all. We're not going to go up there and lay down. Like I say, the last time we played them, I think it was 19-0, and that's when Nash was a freshman and Susan and them were sophomores, and our offense didn't get clicking that day, but defense played pretty good. They had a real good defense. They had some real good defensive players. So we're always excited to play Boone. Coach Jenkins will have a well-coached team up there Friday night, so we're excited to go.
Tell us what you'll see on offense and both defense, because it's been a few years since you've played Boone. I don't know if they run the same stuff as previously. I know you mentioned Coach Jenkins, so I can assume some of the same stuff, but what can you expect on both offensive and defensive sides of the ball?
Well, offensive, they've changed up a little bit. They run a double H set. It looks like a wing tee, but it's not. Some of the stuff they run, they're going to run some power stuff, and it looks like they run some option stuff, something different. But we have seen before, people trying to run the ball in between the tackles. And then defensively, they've always been in pretty much a 4-3 or 4-2-5, whichever one they roll the backer up. They want to roll him up, or then they go 4-3 look and everything. So this is going to be an even front that we've seen before. But again, we've always talked on the offensive line. I don't care if they point and say, "Hey, I'm blocking you." They don't know what the play is. So we get that straightened out, and I think we'll be successful Friday night on the offensive side of the ball and defensively.
Going into Friday also, it's a weird week. I know we've got two sets of county teams playing on Thursday night, and you've got the game on Friday night, which is at 7:30 instead of 7, that I understand.
Yeah, 7.
And you have no school that day also, and you're going into an environment like Boone. So how do you deal with a day like that where you don't have any school, it's not your scheduled time, and everybody's out of their routine? How do you kind of go through a day like that and prepare?
Well, over the years, we've done different things. We brought them in at 8 or 9 to get them out of bed. Sometimes we let them sleep. This week, the teachers, we've got PLC meetings on Wednesday, so we're practicing Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock this week in the morning. Then we'll practice Thursday, so probably let them sleep in Friday. We'll come out here and have a pregame meal about 3:30 and load the bus later on. So those days are always tough. You don't know how to deal with them because you don't want them laying around all day. But I always know if I get them up at 9, we do walk through till 10. They're going right back to bed. So it's tough. So I mean, it's just the way teenagers are. We'll play it by ear, each year. And again, like I said, because we're going to be early on Wednesday, and then we'll work out early Thursday morning, and we'll come in here Thursday afternoon. So probably let them sleep in Friday, and then we'll load the bus probably about 5 o'clock and head out.
I know you're looking for your first win of the season on Friday. I know Boone is looking for their first win, not only this season, but in a long time too. I know both teams are going to be hungry for it on Friday night, but what are the 3 keys of the game that you're going to need to carry out to be able to get that win on Friday?
Well, first, we've got to be physical. That's the biggest thing, and we got to be physical, and we feel like we are. We had a good practice today with trying to get physical. We got to wrap up on defense. We felt like we missed some tackles the other night that we should have made. And then special teams. That's a big one this week, and we've been harping on special teams. We had a hiring and firing session here Monday, and again, nothing about the kids. We're just trying to shore it up. Some of those guys may get back on that team, but right now we had to hire and fire on Monday. But that's what you do in football. So we'll go up there, and hopefully those 3 keys will help us get a win.
That's all I got.
That's Sean Jones of the South Greene Rebels on their matchup with Daniel Boone tomorrow night. Chris, your alma mater, Morristown East, gets the win last week over South Greene. A tough 6A school. They dress about 2 times the amount of players as South Greene. But then you look around and you have to rebound with another tough 4A opponent in Daniel Boone. What's that transition like for a smaller school, and how do you rebound from going from 6A to 4A opponent?
Yeah, I think South Greene has probably one of the tougher openings to a schedule that I've seen. You open up with a 6A school, that's big, but I thought they played well through that. And so I think they have some great things that they can carry in to this week, which I think will give them a little momentum boost.
And you are in that updated region as well. So you're in this West Greene region with Happy Valley and with Cumberland Gap. So you know you're in the playoffs. So Coach Jones goes out in the offseason. He schedules a tough non-conference schedule. So what kind of I guess if you win, you get that added confidence boost. But even if you play tight like you did last week, if you go in there, you compete with Boone, what kind of confidence does that give a team going into your region schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it shows who's going to step up in big moments. You're going to find your leaders on that team who aren't afraid of the big guys in a sense. And so I think that gives you a little bit of confidence as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Big matchup, obviously, tomorrow night, but a big announcement and something to be on your radar for Saturday morning. Tyler Nichols has been pushing out such great content with the Relentless Rebels series. Episode 5 is actually coming out on Saturday morning. They're releasing now on those Saturday mornings. After the Rebels play on Friday, you can wake up Saturday morning and get your dose of the Relentless Rebels. So we got an exclusive look into Episode 5, and here is that look.
All right. Don't understand what we're trying to do, then I can't talk to him. Look, he just ran by you because you're flat-footed. Once you commit, don't come off to go to linebacker. Show that you are dominant. Show that you have a swagger about you. People said we're trash.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Tundra on deck for North Greene, West Greene. Now 25 minutes away from opening kick. Here's we usher in the Heritage Community Bank kickoff show. Coverage continues. We just heard from South Greene head coach Sean Jones. Now let's shift our focus to what's on the agenda for Chucky Doak this fine Friday. I know we're playing this on a Thursday, so Chucky Doak not going to be in action until 24 hours from now. But Chris, a team in Chucky Doak that we got to see last week. How impressive was that performance in that 39-30 win over the Huskies?
Yeah, I thought it was incredible by their offense. You saw Braden Greene go out there as one of his first big games at running back. You see him go for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Speaking of that, that's his first 2 ever rushing touchdowns. What an incredible game by him.
Yeah, and a guy in Braden Greene who rushes for his first and second ever career touchdowns as well. He's named our first Greene Sports Zone Player of the Week here in this 2025 season. So congratulations to Braden as well. Is that just entire effort, I think, offensively for Chucky Doak? I think he had 5 different 5 different scores on 6 touchdowns that game. Kipton Ball impressed as a sophomore. Dom Hanlon had a great play, the senior. Just an all-around great group effort for Chucky Doak. I think it's going to be interesting to see how that defense fares tomorrow night against a Sullivan East team that likes to throw the ball around.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the offense did great. You're seeing almost 600 yards produced on offense. That's beautiful. And I thought their defense played really well. And I think they have some great things they can carry into this week.
Yeah, and Coach Billy Kaler of Chucky Doak had a chance to sit down with Tyler Nichols earlier this week. Talk about that matchup. Another tough non-district opponent. I feel like Chucky Doak's schedule is just loaded, both in region and out of region, with tough foes. And then they go out of conference. They schedule 2 4A schools, Volunteer and Sullivan East. So here's what Coach Billy Kaler had to say earlier.
Well, another good football team. JC does a good job up there. They throw it all around the yard, and that will run and shoot style offense they run, and certainly going to stress us on the back end defensively. We've made some huge improvements there, but we haven't played a team like this really since I've been here, who's going to throw the ball around quite as much as they do. And then defensively, man, they bring a ton of pressure, and they bring it from all over it all the time. So it's going to stress our young offensive line to be able to pick up a lot of that pressure and make sure we can get stuff off. They played a good Johnson County team down to the wire. 3 seconds left, they had the ball on the goal line, just couldn't quite get it done. So they're a good football team. It's going to be a tough battle for us. We're going to be in a dogfight against a good football team, good 4A football team on the road.
I know what to expect. You know what to expect. For those that don't know what to expect, talk a little bit more about their offense, because we know they're going to air it out an easy 80% of the time. But talk about some of the things that you'll see out there from them whenever he drops back.
Man, the quarterback's a pretty good player. He can move the ball with his feet too, so he's mobile. But they're going to run a lot of quick hitting stuff. A lot of vertical routes, a lot of mesh stuff, crossers. They'll run a lot of snag routes and stuff like that, just trying to get bodies in space, get the ball out fast, and they pass block all the time, so pretty decent in pass protection. So it'll be, like I said, we're going to have to cover and cover well to keep these guys in check, and hopefully we can run the football effectively and pick up some of that pressure and control the clock a little bit. And, we're going to have to throw the football a little bit too, which is hard against pressure. You got a young offensive line. Anytime you start adding blitzers, it starts changing rules and who's blocking who and who's supposed to block who, and creates confusion. Confusion creates free runners, and all of a sudden you get yourself in negative yardage plays. And if we can avoid that, we'll be in okay shape, but it's going to be tough.
I mean, you scored 39 points in your Week 1 matchup with North Greene. You're looking to bring that same offensive performance into Week 2 when you play Sullivan East. What do you expect from their defense out there, and what are you going to have to do to be able to have that same offensive output?
Man, they're an odd stack team. They're going to bring a lot of pressure. Like I said, they'll bring 6, 7. Not uncommon to see them bring 6-man pressure. A lot of teams are a little bit more conservative with their pressures. These guys will bring it from all over the place, and they do a good job of disguising it. They do a good job of twisting guys, moving people around. So it's going to be tough on our linemen up front. If we can collect it all and just keep the pressure from free runners. If we can keep from guys running free through the line of scrimmage, then I think we'll have a chance. But it's going to be tough, and they do what they do pretty well. And as an offensive line coach with a young group up front, to see this much pressure and movement this early makes me,
a little antsy.
Makes you a little antsy.
Yeah. Going into Friday night also, you're traveling on the road. You're getting on the bus for your first road trip of the year.
Sure.
To play a team that's a higher classification in Sullivan East is going to be a tough test and a really good battle on Friday night. But what are the 3 keys that you're going to need to carry out in order to get that win that you're hoping for?
We got to be cleaner penalty-wise. We cannot remove that much yardage from ourselves. We can't put ourselves in that much of a bind. They're going to score some points because that style of offense is built to do it and built to do it a lot and fast. So we got to play well defensively. And normally I say control line of scrimmage, and we certainly need to do that. If they can throw it around the yard and run it, we're going to be in trouble. Control line of scrimmage, but back end, secondary-wise, defensively is going to be really important for us Friday night. And then offensively, we got to control the line of scrimmage. We got to control the pressure. We got to keep from having free runners, so we don't have to throw the ball from back foot, so we can run the football well, and kind of do what we do. And to that, it means collecting all all them dang linebackers. They got 19 of them running everywhere. So.
Yeah, that's head coach Billy Kaler of the Chuckydoke Black Knights. Chris, really loved what he said in that interview. You know, Chuckydoke dominant at times offensively, putting up north of 500 yards in that game last Friday. And I think probably the main question that everybody's asking is, what do you do in week 2? You know, last year you had that big win over Yaneka in week 1, but you bounce back and you lose 9 straight. You're sandwiched here on a Friday night at Sullivan East, another 4A school, and then you got West Greene in a potential look-ahead spot. What does this team need to do tomorrow to keep the train rolling?
Yeah, I think you just have to keep building off play after play. I think you continue feeding Braden Greene the ball until he proves that he can't do it anymore. And then also I think you make sure that Kipton stays very consistent. I think he did great in a week 1 matchup. And if he can continue doing that game after game, you're going to see some good things out of that Chuckydoke offense.
It'll be a tough test for sure against a tough 4A school in Sullivan East. So that will be tomorrow night. Tonight, however, another big county-on-county matchup. North Greene and West Greene kick off about 17 minutes away now here at the Tundra. It's ticking down almost right around the corner. So we'll take a break. When we come back, the Heritage Community Bank kickoff show continues.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest asset. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Welcome back to the Heritage Community Bank kickoff show here on First Horizon Greene Sports Zone. Chris, just heard from both of these schools that are going to be playing tomorrow night, South Greene and Chuckydoke. Greenville also in action tomorrow against Upperman. Didn't get to Coach Spradlin's interview, but that's on our YouTube page as well. If you go to our Greene Sports page, media, it will be there as well. So Tyler does such a great job with those interviews. It's so interesting to sit down with those coaches and hear what they have to say about the prior week and then, of course, the matchup to come.
Yeah, I love listening to those coaches' interviews. And obviously we saw the games last week, but getting to hear their thoughts and see what they, saw from different spots, and hearing what they expect from their players.
Of course, Chuckydoke, South Greene, Greenville, all in action on a Friday, playing this one a night early on a Thursday night. So a big-time showdown between these two cross-county foes. Let's hop right into this matchup preview. So we'll start with the visitors, the West Greene Buffaloes, 0-1. Haven't played any in-region games, but you're looking at a team that's coming off of a 3-7 team a season ago where they were 1-4 in league play. Region gets shrunk this year, so you're automatically into the playoffs, so that's locked up. You got to contend with Cumberland Gap, Happy Valley, and South Greene, though. At least two of those heavy hitters in Region 1 2A. Of course, last time out, a Friday ago, losing to Cosby 34-7 in a game that I think the score might be deceiving. It was a much closer game than that final indicated, a 14-7 game, a one-possession game at the half, and things just slowly spiraled out of control later on in that game. But you're looking at a game in which West Greene just couldn't get the ball rolling on offense. And Chris, in your opinion, what do the Buffaloes have to do tonight to have that offense not go stagnant?
Yeah, I think one thing that any coach is going to tell you is you've got to win the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be crucial again tonight, and you're going to have to find some playmakers tonight that you can get the ball to.
In this part of Buffalo's schedule here in week 2, you look ahead and you got Chuckydoke at home next week on the range. so a big time spot. But listen, you got to go and take care of business on the road here tonight, and then you get to that bulk of the schedule where you play some of your region games. South Greene in late September, but a couple players to watch tonight for the Buffaloes. Of course, we didn't see them in action at Cosby last week, but some guys that we saw in the Jamboree and heard some chatterings about throughout the offseason. A guy who did make an impact last Friday was Peyton Hilton, that tight end linebacker. Man, he had a great game last week, a big touchdown catch, and you can see the highlight of that on our social media pages as well. Made a great TikTok about it as well. So if you got TikTok, Chris?
I do have TikTok.
Oh, you can go check it out as well after this game. But really a great player in Peyton Hilton. So that'll do it for our preview of West Greene. Coming up, we will look at the homestanding Huskies of North Greene as the Heritage Community Bank kickoff show continues.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Heritage Community Bank kickoff show. Coverage continues now just 10 minutes away from opening kick between West Greene and North Greene. Chris just took a look at West Greene and kind of their week last week. And now, of course, your week gets cut a day short in terms of preparation. And that same goes for North Greene. Now, I think it's a benefit to have a home game. You kind of get an extra half hour of preparation. You don't have to hop on a bus and go play. But North Greene, another team coming off a loss from a week ago. We were actually at that game, a tremendous game in Lower Afton, one in which you lost 39-30 to a cross-county rival in Chuckey Oak. And it was Chuckey Oak's 18th straight win over North Greene. And it was the first meeting between these two teams in a couple of years. So that kind of upped the ante a little bit. So I was interested to see that matchup, right? I don't think it's not crazy to say North Greene has some athletes. You know, they can move the ball in space, and they're good when they do it. But looking at a team who struggled a bit converting, 4th and long, and what was the problem last week is that offense stalled out later?
Yeah, I think first off, some small mistakes. I think they got bad in the penalty game early on, and I think that kind of tore them down a little bit. And it was hard to get momentum when you're constantly getting the ball pulled back and back for penalties. And then also I think they lost at the line of scrimmage. They couldn't get the run game going, which couldn't really open up the pass game either.
Right, and it's such a huge part of the game, especially when you have that veteran trenched offensive and defensive line like North Greene does. Want to see them take a step up tonight, certainly. And like you said, got to limit the turnovers. A couple players to watch, in my opinion. I don't know about you, but want to see Thomas Darnell take another step here this week. Yes, 3 touchdown passes in last week's loss against Chuckey Oak, but also those 2 interceptions. Want to see that deep ball accuracy improve a little bit. We know he has weapons on the outside. Brandon Weems being one of those, had that 80-yard catch. His twin brother with a kickoff return touchdown last Friday as well. Just want to see those offensive pieces a little bit more cohesive tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think North Greene has some great weapons that they can use, but we got to get to them first. And I think that starts with Thomas Darnell. Like you said, I didn't think he looked bad last week with 3 touchdowns, but only converting 7 of 20 of your passes, you definitely struggled there. And so you've got to get that opened up a little bit more so we can use those weapons that you have on your team.
All right, last thing on the agenda for us up here, let's look at the keys for success. Coach Monroe of West Greene sat down with Tyler Nichols earlier this week. His same 3 keys as mostly every other week. Number 1, you got to limit explosive plays, which is tough when you're playing a team like North Greene. Number 2, which you don't hear a lot of coaches talk about or maybe even take seriously, but you got to win the special teams battle. And then number 3, you got to play better offensively than you did a week ago. You got to put up more than 7 points like you did last week against Cosby.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are 3 great keys to the game. And like you said, many coaches don't emphasize on that special teams battle, and it's not just offense and defense. You've got to have that special teams too. And I agree with you with the offensive side of the ball. You've got to put more than 7 points, or you're probably never going to win a game this year.
Right, and on the other side of the coin, Coach Tilson comes with his same 3 keys he brings every week. Number 1, got to have great tackling. That was a point of emphasis for the Huskies this week. They need to improve that tackling, and we were sitting there Friday night thinking the same exact thing. Number 2, got to have great effort on the Tundra here tonight. And then number 3, it's simple enough, right? Playmakers got to make plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like we've talked about, I think they've got some great playmakers and some guys to look for that could break out this game, maybe that we didn't see break out last game. So if you can utilize those, be able to run the ball, be able to pass the ball, and really spread out your whole offense, I think they're going to be really good on offense this week.
Chris, on a scale of 1 to 10, how thrilled are you for this matchup on hand here tonight?
Yeah, I'm probably an 11. I love college or high school football, and so I can't wait for the kickoff to happen here.
Oh, let's get it started. Kickoff just about 6 minutes away from us now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Heritage Community Kickoff Show, concludes, and we take a look at the series history between these two before they kick it off. So we'll be right back after this here on First Horizon Greene Sports Zone.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tundra. West Greene, North Greene set to kick things off here momentarily just before this opening coin toss, and we'll have the captains ring out as well. Just uber excited for this matchup, Chris. Can't wait to get to the game itself, and it just continues to just build and build. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Just any more thoughts before we get things started?
Yeah, I'm looking super forward to this, and I know these players can't wait to get back on that field, especially coming off a loss on each side of the field. They're pumped to get that first win behind them.
North Greene looking to bounce back from last year's game against the Buffaloes, a game in which North Greene actually jumped out to a 2-touchdown lead in the first 5 minutes, and West Greene had fumbled twice, and then North Greene returned that kick last season, and then you blink and you're in a 16-0 deficit. But you take a look at what happened the rest of the game. West Greene held North Greene to 7 yards of offense the rest of the game, the second half, just 7 yards of offense. And the Huskies produced just 115 yards overall, but 98 of those came in the first 5 minutes span of the ball game. So you're looking at a team in West Greene who was in a situation kind of like North Greene was last week, having to bounce back from that 2-touchdown deficit, but rattling off 32 unanswered, man, it was an an exceptional game to watch and hear, and to see that wherewithal for that West Greene team last year. But the 47th all-time meeting this season between the two schools. Chris, what else do you have to tell us about the series history?
Yeah, so we've not seen North Greene come out with a win against West Greene since 2006. So kind of like Chucky Doak last week, they were looking to get that win. This week they're looking to get that win and end that losing streak. Like I said, the last North Greene win was September 15th, and they won 18-14. So we want to see some more offense out of that this week.
And I asked you this last week. Remember, North Greene had not beaten Chucky Doak since it was 2006 or 2005. I'll ask you the same question this week. How old were you when the Huskies last beat a team in West Greene?
The last time they beat West Greene, I wasn't even a month old, so it's been a long time coming for them to get a win.
North Greene, of course, with those two other county schools on the schedule this season, so the County Cup is back up for grabs once again, but looking for a win over a cross-county foe for the first time since 2014, where they beat South Greene. Of course, a lot to get to here tonight, but most importantly, hey, we got high school football on a Thursday night, Chris.
Absolutely. I'm looking so forward to this and putting all our time into this.
So special teams, a key for West Greene. We said that. They're going to trot out the kickoff man. We saw him in the Jamboree. Really good kicker for West Greene. And you don't hear coaches talk about it a lot, but the senior, Kendall Caldwell, going to handle the kickoff duties. Back deep to receive for the Huskies, Thomas Darnell, and then the Weems brothers. Now, one of those Weems brothers did take a kickback last week, and then another Weems brother returned a kick against West Greene last season. So the return game big for the Huskies tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they can be very explosive, and teams got to watch out for that.
Beautiful night for some football here on a Thursday at the Tundra. And we have boot to ball and football in East Tennessee. On the receiving end, North Greene going to watch it dribble out of bounds. There will be a marker on the play. We saw a ton of those last week, Chris. Hopefully not near as many tonight.
Absolutely.
So this North Greene offense going to get a chance to get out there and get started first. The senior signal caller, Thomas Darnell, the 6'3", 190-pound senior at quarterback for the Huskies. Chris, what are some other players that you're looking at for this offense of North Greene?
Yeah, I think in North Greene's offense, you want to see Thomas Darnell step up. And maybe see some guys that you didn't get to see last week. Maybe make a big role.
It'll be interesting to see how this West Greene defense defends them as well. And the two-back offensive formation that the Huskies roll out there presents some difficulties. They'll split receivers and have two backs in the backfield here. Opening play will be a hand up the middle, and Leon Johnson stumbles forward for a yard.
Your big impact player to look out for, Peyton Hilton, gets the first tackle of the game. It's a good way to start that off.
Peyton Hilton, the leader of that front seven, plays that middle linebacker position for the Buffaloes. Another guy we called a lot was Leon Johnson a week ago. Very busy both offensively and defensively. Darnell in the shotgun here. He'll hand it off to the Weems brother, and he'll knock around a few defenders before falling forward for a 2-yard gain.
Another tackle you see by Peyton Hilton, so he may be off to an explosive game.
Another tackle for that middle linebacker. Typically you see those boxes and you get that one player that goes unblocked. And Peyton Hilton, not a guy you want to leave unblocked on the linebacker core here tonight. North Greene with twins at the top of your screen. Two backs in the backfield. Darnell readies for the snap. It'll be a quick screen to the left. Kelson Estep with the reception. He'll get a few yards, dive forward near the 45-yard line. It'll be good for a gain of 3 on the play.
Going to be third down and long 2.5.
So that'll bring up a 4th and short here for the Huskies. No strangers at going for it. We saw them go for it 3 times in the third quarter last week, and they did not convert on each 3. So we'll see how the dice rolls here. Darnell tries a snap to try to get West Greene to draw off sides, and the Huskies flip formation. Unbalanced look here. Two backs in the backfield. Darnell takes it, hands it off to Weems. Weems off of a blocker, runs through a defender, and falls forward for a first down.
Number 9, Braden Weems. Putting his hands out and getting the yardage for the
brought down by Matthew Harrell.
5-yard gain for the Huskies running back, Braden Weems. A couple of hard carries here early. This one enough to move the chains for our first Marsh Propane first down of the night. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Huskies now. on their own 49-yard line. Darnell with 2 backs in tow will hand it off to Leon Johnson. Shrugs off a tackler, then falls forward right at the 50-yard line.
Man, we saw Damian Centel jump the line of scrimmage there and get a, beat that hole there, but he just missed the tackle.
And Damian Santel, another veteran guy on that West Greene front. You're looking at 2 fronts really that are veteran. They're senior clad, and really looking forward to watching them go back and forth here tonight. Darnell, a couple of snaps, looking to draw that defensive line off sides yet again. West Greene unable to budge. Twins at the top of your screen. 2 backs in the backfield from the right hash, right on the 50-yard line. Darnell, a 3-step drop. He'll roll off to his left. It'd take off. Calling his own number. He'll evade a tackler and then dive forward for a 7-yard gain.
The keeper looks like he might have got about 6 yards on the play.
So with the 6-yard scramble, Huskies will have a 3rd and 3 upcoming. So Coach Tilson will have to reach in that play sheet, see what he calls. Of course, quarterback coach and assistant head coach Tyler Bailey on the field as well. That offensive staff. Darnell, the snap in shotgun. 3rd and short to be a quarterback power. 2 lead blockers, and he'll get drugged down right at the 43-yard line into enemy territory.
Murphy's a little short on the run by number 7, Thomas Darnell.
Thomas Darnell looking to use his legs early, maybe open something up to then throw a pass.
Yeah, already 2 carries for Darnell, and we've seen him. He's not a stranger to run it, but already 2 carries here on this first drive. Huskies looking to convert another 4th down. Again, Darnell in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the boundary. Darnell going to send those 2 halfbacks to the right of him, behind him in the shotgun. And we have some movement on that line of scrimmage.
Probably false start on North Greene, loss of 5.
There will be a false start against the North Greene Huskies, so we'll back them up from 4th and 2 now to 4th and 7. Chris, what's the call here? Kind of in no man's land, maybe 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to use a playmaker here. You're going to have to get somebody open. We saw last week the jet sweep worked pretty well, so maybe we'll see that coming out.
Coming off the field is running back Braden Weems, though, so just the 1 halfback in the backfield now. They will have 3 receivers out there, and it will be a screen. Bottom of the field to Brandon Weems, who shrugs off a tackler and dives out of bounds. Will it be enough for the first?
Pass complete.
I don't believe so. So he's marked about 2 yards shy of the marker. That'll be a turnover on downs for the Huskies.
Yeah, you don't see a 1st down conversion there, but you see your playmaker getting extra yards. He got tripped up and was able to stay on his feet for a couple extra yards.
Yeah, Brandon Weems, not the first we'll call his name here tonight. An impact on both sides of the ball, but Chris now with West Greene on the offensive side of the ball. Really looking forward to how this North Greene defense defends him.
Absolutely.
That 4-2-5 defense of the Huskies. The 5 defensive backs, of course, changing for this run-heavy West Greene offense. The opening snap bobbled by Brown, and he gets taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 7 yards.
I said pregame that we needed to see something from Adam Bernard. He played okay last week, but he's one of our key guys, and he's stepping up on play 1.
Play number 1 in the backfield. Now bobbled snap, so the execution wasn't great on the Buffalo side of the ball, but that's got to be a good sign. You turn the ball over on downs, but then your defense makes a big play on 1st and 10. That'll bring up a 2nd and 16 now for the Buffaloes from the 39-yard line. Brown, a sprint out to his right. Receiver open downfield. Pass intended for Matthew Harrell, but just a bit overthrown. It bounces out of bounds for an incompletion.
Matthew Harrell jumped out early and got out past the safeties, but, it does no good if you can't complete the pass to him.
Yeah, I like that play call, though, on 2nd and 15. Kind of get that receiver hidden a little bit, fake the run, and then sneak that receiver behind the defense. Had a man open. We'll see what they go for here on 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 now for the Buffaloes from the left hash and their own 39-yard line.
Big 3rd down for the Huskies.
Just 1 receiver in this West Greene formation. 3 backs, and it'll be a handoff up the middle for this Buffalo offense. That's Sean Bailey, the junior running back for West Greene. He'll stumble forward for about a gain of 7.
Thought that was a good defensive possession by North Greene. You didn't see much on offense, but your defense is able to hold it down and turn it around on offense the next possession.
So West Greene going to opt for a punt here, and lo and behold, it is Sean Bailey, who we just saw carry it. handling the punting duties tonight for the West Greene Buffalo. 6:15 left to go here in this opening quarter of action. Still scoreless between North Greene and West Greene. Clean punt off by Bailey, ricocheting off to the right side and bouncing right at that 30-yard line. So a good flip of the field there for West Greene. It'll be another change of possessions. Good defensive stand for the Huskies.
Yeah, I like that kick there. It may not have been a super long kick, but it kept it away from Brandon Weems' hands, which I think that's very smart.
Turnover on downs for the Huskies' first offensive possession. Now we'll see what happens here on drive number 2. We saw him convert on that 4th and long prior in that series, but unable to do so on that 4th and 7 before they turned it over to West Greene. So a punt for West Greene, and this North Greene offense will set up shop on their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10 from the left hash. Thomas Darnell in the shotgun. Leon Johnson, the lone back behind him. 2 receivers to his right. It'll be a read option, and Darnell will keep it and leap up the middle, get drugged down at the 36, 37-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 8 for Darnell.
Darnell looks this game a little more confident than he did last game. Not afraid to get out of that pocket and use his legs.
And that zone read by the Huskies, a play they come to often. Already 3 carries for Darnell here tonight. Next play, a hand up the middle to Leon Johnson. He'll get slung down at the 40, and that'll be enough to move the chains for another Marsh Propane first down.
First and 10 for the North Greene Huskies.
Chris, just 4 yards so far for Leon Johnson on his 3 carries, but man, they've been tough carries. He's been met at the line of scrimmage and just falling forward for that extra yardage each time.
Yeah, Leon Johnson's a very physical player, and sometimes you don't see that a lot anymore in high school, so I think he can make a big impact this game.
Trip to the right here for North Greene. Leon Johnson in the backfield alongside Darnell. Shotgun snap. It'll be a fake screen at the bottom of your screen. Darnell on the quarterback draw. That'll be enough to move the chains on 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The Huskies moving with 2 straight first downs. Another Marsh Propane first down.
Brought down by junior Sean Bailey.
4 carries already for Darnell here tonight. 25 yards. Most recent of which converts and moves the chains for the Huskies. Injured player down on the field. We'll take a break, come back whenever we get things settled out here on the Tundra. 4:41 left to go here in the first quarter of action. Still scoreless between West Greene and North Greene here on First Horizon Greene Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
Welcome back to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Chris, before we went to that injury timeout, Thomas Darnell running for that first down. He'll drop back on the first play out of the timeout here. It's a deep completion along the right sideline. It seems it spoke too soon. The intended target there was Matthew Boyd. Looked like he got a foot down, but it is rendered incomplete on Darnell's first attempt of the night.
I still think that was a good throw. You know, one thing we talked about is we've got to see the long game open up a little bit, and I think that's a great first start. It was a pretty accurate ball, and that's something we didn't see last week.
2 receptions between this Husky receiving core already. One went to Boyd, but here on 2nd and 10, it'll be a handoff on the outside. Brandon Weems going to drag a few tacklers down to the 45-yard line, bring up 2nd and 5 for the Huskies.
Running once again by the North Greene Huskies.
I think West Greene's done a pretty decent job at that defensive line of scrimmage. It's just when North Greene's getting past that, they're struggling to make tackles in the open field.
One of your keys beforehand, we were going through that preview. 3rd and 5 now for the Huskies. Darnell with trips to his right and Weems to the right as well. It'll be another quarterback run here on 3rd down. Darnell shrugs off a tackler, continues to roll, and eventually gets brought down by West Greene's Trent Franklin on the numbers. That'll be enough to move the chains, though, for another Marsh Propane 1st down.
Husky O-line making holes.
All ready for Darnell. Carries for 6, 8, 10, and 12 yards here tonight. So Coach Tilson making it abundantly clear how confident he is putting the ball in the hands of his senior quarterback. The 1st and 10, RPO now, the open man downfield. It's Matthew Boyd. Touchdown Huskies.
What a throw by North Greene. You know, we just talked about a couple throws ago that you've got to open up that long game, and right there was a beautiful play.
And Boyd got the intended target earlier in the drive, stepped out of bounds, but makes up for it in a big way there. Huskies go fake screen and a bomb downfield. Boyd just completely lost behind that West Greene coverage in that back 4, and what a beautiful play drawn up by the Husky offensive staff.
Yeah, Thomas Darnell looks great out here in his game back at home.
Juan Soto for the kick, and no good. So the score remains 6-0 with us going to the break. 3:23 left to go. Huskies on the board first.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job, from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week. Presented.
North Greene gets on the board first. They lead at 6-0 over West Greene High School. A 37-yard touchdown pass from Thomas Darnell to Matthew Boyd on the left side of the field to open the scoring up here at the Tundra on a Thursday night. The kickoff by Soto, received on the other end by Aiden Thompson. He'll be dragged down at the 30-yard line where this West Greene offense will have another go at.
Looked like he may have bobbled the ball coming down there, but I think his knee was already down.
Chris, you mentioned to me in between breaks there what you thought about Thomas Darnell, just his presence being back here at home. What'd you see from Thomas in that last drive?
Yeah, I think Thomas, you know, obviously it's hard to open up the season on the road. You got some jitters, but I think being back at home, having your home fans support you, I think it makes it so much easier out there on the football field.
Already 4 carries for the senior quarterback as well, so very busy in that backfield for the Huskies, and add a touchdown pass along with it. The 1st and 10 play for the Buffaloes will be a handoff to halfback Sean Bailey, his second carry of the day. He'll drag a couple Huskies down to the, let's call it, 36-yard line to bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, and that hurt. It looked like Leon Johnson was one of the head guys there, so it's good to see him back in the action.
Johnson and Bailey, both hard-nosed football players, both also wearing the number 20 here tonight. The next run also to Bailey, stuffed up the middle momentarily before he bounces off to the left, gets tackled at the midfield logo by Kelson Eastep. So it'll be a gain of about 2 yards for Bailey, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 now for this Buffalo offense. Austin Brown, by the way, the player that was down for that injury timeout, fortunately did get up under his own power. I think it was just a cramp. We'll have to monitor that as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of that early on, some cramps coming from teams.
The reverse play here by the Buffaloes. It's running back Tristan Banks getting drugged down in the backfield. A couple players bounce on it. Looked like the ball popped out late, but looks like the officials render the knee was down, and it will bring up a 4th and short for the Buffaloes on their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he ran into a brick wall. That brick wall being Adam Bernard right there waiting for him to be there.
I know it's early, but, we came in answering, or rather questioning that offensive and defensive front for the Huskies. So far, Chris, they've looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think they've improved a lot already from last week.
For the Huskies, big Skylar Miller trotting off the field, another senior anchoring that defensive front. You already mentioned it, Adam Bernard. A couple tackles on his resume so far tonight as well. Buffalo's going to go for it here on 4th and short. It'll be a fake on the reverse and a toss for the wingback. He'll take it up the left sideline, get pushed out of bounds into Husky territory.
Shane Bailey tackled out of bounds by number 1.
From the 36 to the other 38-yard line. So productive 4th down conversion there for West Greene. Saginaw offense says who?
Absolutely. I think that was a really good conversion. And, you struggled a little bit on the last offensive possession, but now you got a little momentum to carry in. And you're on some better field position than you were in last drive.
26-yard completion there for the Buffaloes on 4th and 2. Sean Bailey, the recipient of that pass. That's another Marsh Propane first down, and a 1st and 10 carry that goes nowhere. Left side of the defensive line. Who was that making the play? Number 60.
It looked like that was number 4, Dylan Gentry.
Gentry and Sean Russell both teaming up for the tackle for loss. They'll bring up a 2nd and 10 once again for the Buffaloes.
The Huskies' defensive line's looking very physical.
It's been a good battle back and forth between these two veteran-studded trenches. And the next play, a handoff to the right side. Getting drugged down is Tristan Banks on the Husky 35.
I really like the West Greene offense. Something you don't see all the time from teams, but it works if you can execute it well.
Figured we see a little bit more of Tristan Banks here, but with that carry, it will bring us to the end of the quarter. We played one. Your score, North Greene 6, West Greene 0. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
This is the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard, Tommie's Plumbing, the Marathon Quick Stop Markets, Green Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
3rd down at 7.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Tundra here for our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. 3rd and 7 for the Buffaloes as we get things started here. A productive first quarter for the Huskies, who get on board with that 37-yard touchdown pass, and a little confusion there in the backfield. The snap goes to Austin Brown, and looks like everybody else was waiting for the correct cadence, but Brown has to just jolt up the middle for a gain of 1. They're on 3rd and long. That'll bring up a 4th and call it 6 here from the middle of the field and the 34-yard line.
Yeah, this kind of offense can be very effective, but when it comes to you got 3 or 4 different options in a play, everybody's got to be on the right track, or you're going to get really confused really quickly.
And that will bring up a similar situation that we saw the Huskies convert on earlier in that first quarter. A fourth down here, an opportunity for this Buffalo offense. They'll fake the end around and hand it up underneath. That is Matthew Harrell getting drugged down at the line of scrimmage by a couple of Huskies. Turnover on downs for the Buffaloes.
What a good stop by the Huskies. A good momentum shift to go into the offense and try to put more points on the board.
And that's the second turnover on downs we've seen here tonight. Second for, I guess you say one for either team. West Greene with the punt in their first possession and a turnover on downs. Chris, still not seeing that rebound like we expected on the offensive side of the ball. But I guess if you're the Buffalo defense, how can you kind of keep the ball in your court and limit the damage of now?
Yeah, I think you just got to take it one play at a time. North Greene's got some good playmakers, and you're going to have to contain them and try to just keep it inside the box.
Trips formation here for the Huskies on 3rd and 10. Another time they'll call the quarterback's number. Darnell spins past the defender and then brings down Austin Brown past the 35-yard line. Gain of a couple on 1st and 10. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for this North Greene offense.
Saw Jacob McClanahan with the tackle there, freshman for the West Greene Buffaloes. Maybe we can see more from him tonight.
And that freshman made quite the impact last week as well. Coach Monroe talked about it in his coach's interview earlier this week, a guy they're expecting to take a big leap here in week 2. The 2nd and 7, a handoff to Johnson along the right side. He's tackled near the line of scrimmage. Another penetrative play there by middle linebacker Peyton Hilton.
It'll be 3rd down and 7.
West Greene's defense holding to a quick 3rd down here. We'll see what North Greene has to counter that 3rd down.
We've seen North Greene succeed on those late downs. Saw him convert on that 4th down and 7. A 3rd and 7 here from the right hash on the 36-yard line. It'll be a 3-step drop by Darnell. He's looking over the middle. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Kelson Estep running away from the West Greene defense. Touchdown, Huskies. 60-yard touchdown pass from Darnell to Kelson Estep, and the Huskies lead it 12-zip.
What a bomb by Thomas Darnell. He's really opened up that long game, something we didn't see last week. Maybe that was from Chucky Doak's defense, or maybe they were just holding things back, but they look wonderful out here on offense already.
62-yard touchdown pass puts North Greene on top by 2 scores now, and they'll send the 2-point team out for the 2-point conversion attempt, and we'll see what the Huskies opt for. But really, like you said, Chris, impressed by Darnell's poise early on here in this one. Huskies going to line up 3 backs in the backfield here. Darnell will run to his right. Couple lead blockers for him. He'll juke out a defender, get brought down on the goal line, reach across. 2-point conversion is good. Huskies lead it 14-0. We'll be back right after this here on First Horizon Greene Sports Zone.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Hello friends, this is State Representative David Hawk. Always honored to support our Greenville and Greene County schools in their academic and athletic programs. We are blessed to have great families, teachers, and coaches working hard to ensure a bright future for our students. I'm David Hawk, encouraging all listeners to get involved and stay involved with our young people to help them succeed. We work hard in the classroom through the week and play hard on the field when the Friday night lights turn on. Once again, this is David Hawk. It's my honor to serve and represent you. Paid for by Fund to elect David Hawk, Daniel Hawk, Treasurer.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Another big drive resulting in a touchdown for the North Greene Huskies. They lead at 14-0 over the West Greene Buffaloes. The kickoff once again goes into the arms of Aiden Thompson. He'll get tackled near the 40-yard line, set up shop for a 3rd time for this West Greene Buffalo offense.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out here, West Greene's down early 14-0, but if we look back at last year's matchup, they got down 16-0 early on, but we saw they kept they kept focused, kept doing their game plan step by step, and they come back to win with 32 unanswered points.
And still plenty of game left. Still 34 minutes left of actual game time. Just started the second quarter of play, so you can't count yourselves out yet. Certainly can't get behind the 8 ball and continue to make mistakes like you did last week. And here we go, a snap over the head of quarterback Austin Brown. And going back to recover, it was Tristan Banks. That'll be a loss for the Buffaloes on 1st and 10 of about 14 yards.
I believe that's the third bobble snap we've already seen from this West Greene offense.
Couple execution issues here early. You saw that one play result in the loss where they just didn't seem on the same page when it came to the snap count. And a couple bad snaps like you mentioned, and West Greene's backed way up now. 2nd and 25 here for the Buffaloes. Back in motion. Brown going to draw back for a pass. He's got a man open, overthrew him along that left sideline. Running free was Shane Wilhoit, the senior. Had his hand up and everything. Brown just missed him.
Yeah, I think that was a good play call there to try to open up your offense a little bit. And even though the completion wasn't there, I don't mind the overthrow. You don't want to underthrow that and turn it into an interception, and then you're back on defense again.
And, Chris, something I want to see more of here tonight. You already gave Matthew Harrell a carry on the edge, but would like to see Shane Wilhoit get a little bit more involved, whether that's targeting him like we just saw or maybe get him a few handoffs here and there. This is a tough Husky defensive backfield. We saw him last week, with both Boyd and Estep and the Weems brothers. They're tough to defend, and Brown going to roll out here on 3rd and 25, take it on the left sideline, scrambling out of bounds for about an 8-yard gain.
Looks like Brandon Weems was over there again to make another tackle out of bounds.
So a productive play, but the Buffaloes well behind the sticks will send the punt unit out there to go down in the books as a gain of 7 for Austin Brown. Back to receive this punt for the Huskies will be Brandon Weems. Weems, a return threat, as we well know. Twin brother, a kickoff return touchdown last week. Also, a Weems brother with a kickoff return touchdown last year in this series. He might break one here. Weems on the return, makes a man miss, and he's still running away from the defense. Fireworks continue here at the Tundra. Brandon Weems, punt return touchdown from 60 yards out, and the Huskies lead it 20-0.
What a return. I was just about to mention you might want to keep it out of the hands of Brandon Weems there, maybe punt it away from him. You punt it right to him. It looked like maybe there could have been some catch interference there. No call. Doesn't matter to Brandon Weems. He's going to make a play because he's a big playmaker.
And I was looking around. I thought he had called a fair catch because West Greene reaches him and nobody tackles him. He just starts bouncing off of defenders, but Brandon Weems blows this thing open with 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. Huskies lead it 20-0. And we'll send Juan Soto out for the point after. Just an impressive start by this North Greene offense and now special teams. We talked about the keys to the game being special teams. Huskies have won it thus far. Soto to attempt the point after, through the uprights and good. Tack one more onto North Greene's lead. They lead at 21-0 over West Greene here with 8:13 left here in the second here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. "24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. IHOP at Davy Crockett Travel Centers. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 36.
Green Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
All North Greene so far. They lead at 21-0 over West Greene. A punt return touchdown to put them up by 3 scores. That was one Brandon Weems who took it 60 yards to the house. Chris, why do you kick to that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've seen time after time again that he's a great returner. You know, I'd kick away from him if it was me.
Good return here for the Buffaloes return, man. That's Aiden Thompson again. We've seen him move a little electric when he's got the ball in space. He brings it out in between the 40 and 45 for this this Buffalo offense, excuse me. Just looking for a little bit of momentum. 2 punts already here and a turnover on downs. What do you expect to see them try to improve on offense?
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to open up the offense a little bit. Maybe if that's throwing some outside screen passes. But last week you struggled on offense, and you're coming out here in a quarter and a half, and you're already struggling on offense.
A West Greene team coming into tonight wanted to establish the run early here behind the 8 ball, though. Might have to opt for a couple more passes than they typically do. A handoff here on the left side, stumbling and bumbling around. It's Sean Bailey getting dragged down for a 7-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 right at the 49-yard line.
Brought down by Kelson Estep, but a great run by that Buffalo offense. You know, maybe they are finally going to a playmaker, and hopefully he can make some plays.
Saw the right guard, Isaiah Roberts, pulling around there as well, making that block in open field for Bailey to get the extra yardage. 2nd and short now for the Buffaloes. Back to their flex bone set. A handoff to the left side for Bailey. Met by a group of Huskies along that left side, tackled forward for a yard gain.
Yeah, I don't mind going to Sean Bailey there, but I think, you know, the difference that we saw in Chucky Doak last week, their offensive line was opening up holes for Braden Greene, but your offensive line has struggled a little bit here. So you got to kind of mix up that play calling a little bit more.
3rd and 2 now for the Buffaloes. Similar set. We'll see what they opt for. We'll see if it's a Sean Bailey carry once again. Looks like it might be an option play. Bailey gets the nod and gets met at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by a host of Huskies. 4th down upcoming for the Buffs. Looks like we do have a player down for the Buffaloes. It might be Sean Bailey here, so not a good sign for West Greene. We'll take an injury timeout, come back in a few. Hoping that Sean Bailey's going to be all right after this. You're listening to the Tommie's Plumbing Game of the Week presented by Bachman Bernard.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac.
Good to see Sean Bailey up and moving. So he gets up and off the field under his own power. Big down upcoming for the Buffaloes. 4th and 1. They'll keep the offense out on the field. It'll be a hand up right up the gut to the fullback, Peyton Hilton. And a big huddle right at the line of scrimmage. Hilton falls forward for a couple of yards. Excuse me, I believe that's Ethan White with the carry. And that's enough for a first down, a desperately needed first down at that.
Yeah, I think that's maybe a momentum boost to convert that 4th down. It looks like they're coming in a hurry-up offense here.
Not something you see every day out of the flex bone. They'll motion the left back and hand it right up the pipe once again to Ethan White, who drags a tackler down for a gain of 3 yards. Now into enemy territory. Forgot to mention that run by Ethan White also contributing to another Marsh Propane first down.
Yeah, this Buffalo offense, we talked about last week they struggled only putting 7 points on the board. And now maybe I'm seeing a little bit of it. Their play selection seems very short and narrow.
You don't open up the playbook too often. We saw that in that Jamboree game against Cloudland as well. Believe we're going to get a penalty here, and it's going to go against that Husky defense. And a 15-yarder looks like going to be tacked onto the end of that rush by West Greene. So that'll move the chains for another Marsh Propane first down and get West Greene a little bit more cushion. Knocking on the door to the red zone now with 6:07 left to go here in the second frame.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, but I did see on the first down conversion, Leland Payne for the Buffaloes and then Brandon Weems for the Huskies. They were chirping a little bit down the field.
That'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Buffs here from the left hash of the 30-yard line. Into plus territory. Brown takes the snap. Went to the wrong side with a handoff and gets swarmed in the backfield by several Huskies, Leland Payne being one of them.
Yeah, some more miscommunication by the Buffaloes. They've really got to figure it out together. I think you're seeing a little bit of lack of team chemistry there. So you're just going to have to get all your guys on the same page here.
Looked like it was going to be a good play, but yeah, I guess miscommunicating the backfield, whether the back was wrong or the quarterback was, but that brings up a 2nd and 15 now and a little bit of a buffer with an offense that was rolling.
Yeah, and then you get that push by the unsportsmanlike conduct, moves you down the field, and then your offense does nothing with it.
2nd and 15 now for the Buffs from the right side. It'll be a handoff, and looks like the ball was getting stripped away.
Looks like that was Kelson Eastep.
Kelson Eastep, you're right, in the backfield for the Huskies there. The handoff went to Tristan Banks. He just got gobbled up. So much pressure. North Greene stacking 8 or 9 in the box. That closely condensed West Greene formation. And they just got the one corner on an island over there with that X receiver.
Yeah, I think with that tight formation by the Buffaloes, you've got to play physical as the Huskies on defense. And I think they've come to play. You've seen Kelson Eastep's already got 3 tackles. Adam Bernard has 2. So they're really hitting hard at the line of scrimmage and hitting the holes.
A lot of movement on that defensive front. The loss of 5 brings up a 3rd and 20 now for the Buffs. They'll send a trips receiver set out to the left side, and a flag will fly. We'll await the call with 4:33 left to go here in the second quarter. And it will be delay of game against the West Greene offense. So back them up even further. Chris, we talked about those pre-snap penalties killing North Greene a week ago. Now you got to look down at your play call sheet and see what you got for a 3rd and 25.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've cut down the penalties a lot better than we did last week.
Trips formation to the left here. Brown sprints out to his left and met before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A coverage sack, if you will. North Greene defensively airtight on that play.
Yeah, I saw freshman Charles Price get in that heat of the action there. I saw him a couple times be right there in the play. So good to see a freshman step up and come into play.
Another freshman that was on our radar coming in. Coach Tilson said to keep an eye out for him, but the loss will bring up a 4th and 25 for the Buffaloes. And if you look for a silver lining, I guess at least you don't make a ill-advised decision, just try to throw it up on 3rd and long there. So you're still in position to put up a good punt and put your defense in a good spot to pin them back. But a timeout will send us to a break with 3:50 left to go. North Greene leading West Greene 21-0. Come back right after this on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them, and while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Center.
Once again, number 1, Brandon.
Welcome back to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. North Greene in sole control of this one late in the second quarter of play. 21-0. The Huskies lead it. It'll be a punt situation on 4th and very long for the Buffaloes. Handling the punting duties there is Sean Bailey. He'll get it off. It'll roll off to the Huskies' 26-yard line. So at least you get some of that yardage back with the punt unit. But, Chris, a Husky offense that's been rolling, a Buffalo offense, not so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing you're seeing from the Huskies, they're really opening up their play call. I think more than they did last week, and they're being successful on it. And I think that's a crucial part. And then, again, I've talked about the Buffalo's play calling. Seems like you're going to the same 1 or 2 guys. And obviously the Huskies know that, and they're coming prepared to play.
Last play from scrimmage, that 62-yard touchdown pass from Darnell to Eastep. Of course, we had that punt return touchdown in between these offensive possessions. The opening play, a screen to the outside. That's your guy, Peyton Hilton, on the tackle, wrapping up Brandon Weems in the backfield.
Yeah, that's his 4th tackle of the game. You've seen him step up on defense here. Last week you saw him step up pretty big on offense. So we'd love to see him be pretty big on offense this week.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 13 for this Husky crew at their own 29-yard line. Darnell with trips receivers to his right. He'll fake it to the right, call his own number to the left side, fall forward for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, one thing I talked about in the break was that we saw Thomas Darnell come out hot early on in the game, but you had that kick return that kept him off the field, gave the Buffaloes back the ball, and so he's had some time to sit. So I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to do here on this offensive possession.
Under 3 minutes to play here before we reach the half, so a 4-minute drill for this Husky offense. We'll be interested to see how they handle this. Both teams with all 3 timeouts left to play with here in the first half. Darnell breaks a tackle running up the middle, then dives forward near the 35-yard line. That'll bring up another interesting situation. We'll see if the Huskies decide to go for it here on 4th and 3. And it will be a West Greene timeout. Coach Monroe going to talk things over. We'll take one with him. Be back in a minute. 2:31 left to play here before the half. Huskies lead it 21-0.
No more sitting in a waiting room when you're feeling awful. Baileyton Drug Company now offers a all-in-one test kit. Just pick it up at 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton. Take it home and test once for COVID, flu A, flu B. Then call or text us a picture of your positive results, and a pharmacist will fill your prescription for easy pickup, all from the comfort of your own home.
4th and short here for the Huskies. Coming out of the timeout, called by Coach Monroe. Wanted to give his offense a few more moments. And it looked like the Huskies were shifting that right side of the offensive line. We know Coach Tilson, no stranger to those unbalanced sets here, but looks like a whistle in the backfield is going to stop us before we get a snap off. And we're going to play on here. So a little deliberation. And a couple seconds later, 2:31 left to go. Huskies going to keep the offense out on the field here for 4th and short. Darnell, shotgun snap. 2 guards pulling around for him. He'll evade a defender and get bounced out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Looks like it's going to be short of the marker. Going to be a turnover on downs for North Greene.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Going for it on 4th and 5. I think your offense has had some good momentum to push you to go for that. And I think your defense, even if you don't get it, like in that situation, they've been pretty good to hold that Buffalo offense.
And you're right. You ride with a hot hand, and you trust your defense, who's proved it already here tonight. But you turn it over on downs, and West Greene takes over in plus territory already here at the 34-yard line from the right hash. We'll see what Austin Brown and co can do. They had some movement, moved the ball pretty well the last time out, just couldn't put enough things together late in that drive. 1st and 10 here for the Buffs. It'll be a drop-back pass for Brown. He'll look for the end zone. Open receiver with Shane Wilhoit just over his head and out of bounds for an incompletion. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, that's 2 overthrows we've seen from West Greene. Both of those were intended for Shane Wilholt. So, we like to see that the play calls are getting open, but you've got to convert on them.
That was a good route there by Will Hoyt. Actually beat Thomas Darnell, who's playing at corner on this Husky defense. And with 2:18 left to go, a Husky offense will look to convert. 2nd and long here. They'll send it back in motion left side. Handoff. A run up the middle by Austin Brown on the zone read. He'll get tackled for a gain of about 2.
You see Blake Hurd there making that tackle.
Again, good pressure by that Husky defensive front. And to your point earlier, so far the decision to go for it on 4th down looks to be the right decision. But we'll see after this 3rd and 8 coming up. Austin Brown going to take the play out to his huddle. The sophomore signal caller this offseason tacked on, Chris, 30 pounds of muscle this offseason. Also grew an inch or 2 coming back for his sophomore year.
Wow, what a transformation, especially in high school.
3rd and 8. It's a pass on the waggle and running the over route. The intended receiver was Peyton Hilton, the tight end. So another spot there, you opt to pass. You had a man open, just couldn't convert, couldn't execute on 3rd and long.
Yeah, I like that play call. I like trying to target Peyton Hilton there. You got to go to your big guys in big moments right there, and Peyton proved it last week, and so I don't mind that play call going back to him.
I don't either. I think it was a good play call. It worked, other than maybe just gotta look that one in just a moment more. So on 4th and 8 here, Huskies defense looking to strap down. Force another stop, and it'll be a timeout. Coach Tilson taking his turn to talk things over. We will too. 1:30 left to play in the half. Huskies lead at 20-0 over West Greene here on First Horizon Greene Sports Zone.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
One thing we all have in common is the need for a good running vehicle. Here at 107 Tire and Service Center, we make that achievable with our affordable prices on repairs. Our certified techs equipped to work on any major or minor repair from brakes to engine replacements, and we offer high quality parts and a 12-month or 12,000-mile parts and labor warranty on most repairs. Come and see us at 6256 Irwin Highway in Chuckey, Tennessee, or give us a call at 620-4970.
Coming out of the break, it'll be a 4th and long here for the Buffaloes. They'll send trips receivers to the top of your screen. A drop back pass for Austin Brown. He's got a receiver open, middle of the field. The flag flies. Surely going to be defensive pass interference there.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, I believe that was by Brandon Weems there. I don't think that's necessary. I think you saw them struggle to catch the ball. You saw some overthrows. I think you just let that one go.
A beautiful play drawn up there on 4th and long. You had the man open, and to your point, maybe you just let them make the mistake like they've shown the ability to do so far in this first half. But now with 1:23 left to go here in the second quarter of play, West Greene can get the Mars Propane first down thanks to the pass interference.
Yeah, you don't really see simple mistakes like that, especially from your veteran guys. I can understand more if it was a freshman, but you don't see that from a veteran guy like Brandon.
Just got there a second too soon. And we'll bring up a 1st and 17 for the Buffaloes as they enter the Gary's Paint and Body red zone for the first time today. Play fake and a play action pass. A ball batted at the line of scrimmage. Austin Brown completes it to himself and then gets tackled up in the backfield by Leon Johnson.
The man, Leon Johnson, coming to make big plays.
So the rare completion to yourself. We saw Marcus Mariota do it a few years back. I think he might have done it twice. Austin Brown calls his own number a different way on that 1st and 10. It will back the Buffaloes up to the 28-yard line now out of the red zone. Clock continues to tick down. Under 60 seconds now. We'll see when they get the snap off. Brown, a 3-step drop. He'll throw it up into triple coverage. Left side near the end zone, intended for Peyton Hilton. Looking for another highlight grab.
Third down.
Does fall incomplete, however, and will bring up a 3rd and 28 from the 17 now. yard line, or excuse me, the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I understand in that moment you've got to drop back and pass there. But I don't understand throwing in a triple coverage. You had two receivers over to the right side that you maybe could have dumped it down to, and maybe got a few yards out of that.
3rd and very long here for the Buffs. Again, they look for Hilton on that left sideline, and this one thrown well past his head and out of bounds. It'll fall incomplete, bringing up a 4th and 28 for the Buffs with 36 seconds left in the half. So we've seen them try to get it to their playmakers in space. A couple targets for Shane Wilhoy and a couple now for Peyton Hilton. It looks like we might have a timeout here by this West Greene coaching staff. 36 seconds left to go in the half. We'll keep it right here, Chris. How important is it to convert here? Maybe try to get some points before the half. You're down 21-0, so obviously a big-time spot here on 4th and very long.
Yeah, I think here you don't want to give North Greene the ball back. You've seen them break out in some explosive throws and can convert on quick downs. I think here maybe you just try to push the ball down the field a little bit more, making it harder for North Greene here. One thing you see out of this tight offense is that when it's time to throw the ball, you're a little scatterbrained here.
Right, and we've seen that North Greene defense, almost struggle to adjust sometimes because you do stack so many in the box that it is pretty evident when you do throw the ball because that's when you get out of that tightly compacted set, like you said. But we've seen trips formation so far for the Buffs, and here on 4th and long, expecting to see that. Maybe almost certainly going to be a pass if you're Coach Tilson. You just back everybody up to the first down marker?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think you let anything get behind you there. If they get a few yards forward, you're going to get the ball back as long as you keep out of the end zone.
28 yards to the line to gain here on 4th down for the Buffaloes. 30 seconds left to play in the half. Brown takes the snap, rolls out to his right, throws the drag route to Hilton. Coming across the field, gets brought down by Brandon Weems, well short of the chains. It'll be another turnover on downs for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Matthew, if you're North Greene here, do you try to maybe get another score on the board, or do you think you just take it to the half?
With the success that you've had so far, Chris, I think you just knee it out, to be completely honest with you.
I agree.
We'll see what Coach Tilson and that offensive crew decided to do. Just 2 offensive touchdowns in this first half. We did have the punt return touchdown. Chris, you mentioned to me a while ago, a much quicker first half than we saw last week in Afton.
Yeah, and I think that all started with limiting the penalties. And I think North Greene, I believe they probably had close to 9 at halftime, and they only have 3 here.
27 seconds left to go. North Greene going to roll the dice here. It's a pass play out to the right side. It's well beyond the chains. Brandon Weems trucking a defender out of bounds. Now into enemy territory right at the 50-yard line.
Wow. Well, we thought they were going to nail the ball out there. But obviously you see they're hungry. They want more.
Well, I guess they did know better than we did. We'll take it to a break here before the half. 17 seconds left to go. West Greene leading 21-0.
Unfortunately, laundry is for everyone. Luckily, so is 70 and Summer Coin Laundry. As Greenville's first-in-class laundromat, 70 and Summer Coin Laundry proudly offers Greene County and the surrounding areas an always clean and video-monitored environment to safely utilize their coin and card-operated machines that have the option to operate in both Spanish and English language, and their high-capacity washers and dryers. And for your convenience, detergent, fabric, softener, and snack machines are available. So finally, laundry day can be your favorite day at 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, located at 1045 West Summer Street.
From the 50-yard line.
And once again, welcome back here from the Tundra. 17 seconds left to play in the half. North Greene leading West Greene 21-0. Chris, that North Greene offense decides to roll the dice. They get a big 23-yard pickup there on first down. Darnell going to roll out now, take a shot downfield, looking for Matthew Boyd. It's over his head, falling incomplete. Now 8 seconds left to go. See what the Husky offense decides to do.
8 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I think Thomas Darnell's really kept his pose in this first half. He's looked so much calmer than he did last week, and I think that's accounted for a great offensive side of this first half.
3 receivers to the left of Darnell in the shotgun. And to your point, Darnell 6 of 9 here tonight. We talked about those inconsistencies, at least from a passer rating perspective from last week in Afton. Did have the big plays, but certainly tonight much more consistent, much more efficient in the passing game.
Yeah, and you saw last week he only completed 7 passes in the whole game, and he's already at 6 here. So he's been more confident to throw the ball, and obviously we saw he doesn't care to take his legs and put them to use.
That's right. Nearing 10 carries also for the starting quarterback. That's interesting here as well with West Greene getting drawn off sides. It brings up a 2nd and 5 now into plus territory at West Greene's 45-yard line. Bunch to the bottom of your screen. Pressure in the backfield. Darnell escapes to his left. He'll rear back and throw it well downfield. It's caught by Kelson Eastep. He'll shrug off a defender, spinning and brought down. The ball pops out at the 10-yard line. That will take us to the half's end, and what a way to do it. A completion at first of 40 yards. Kelson Eastep was reaching out for the end zone before getting it knocked out. What a first half of football, Chris.
Yeah, I thought that was a great explosive offense by North Greene. We saw some similar things from West Greene struggling on the offensive side of the ball. So they're going to have to go to the locker room. They're going to have a big talk that they're probably not going to want to listen to from Coach.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll take it to a break. Coming up, it's our Heritage Community Bank halftime report on the other end of this as we continue here in our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale, we're not merging, we're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company, we wrangle your tangles.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money. This is the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing, brought to you by the Terry Law Firm, the Main Brand Hair Company, Tusculum Body Shop, D&D Garage Door Supplier, and by CNC Custom Trailers. Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
And we welcome you back here from the Tundra for our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. At the half, it's West Greene held scoreless, North Greene leading 21-0 at the halftime break. Complete dominance offensively for North Greene, and not a lot going on offensively for West Greene. Chris, big takeaways from that first half.
Yeah, I think one takeaway you've got is seeing that West Greene's struggling again on offense. We saw it last week, and here again this week. They just really can't get anything to going. But a positive, their defense, minus giving up 21 points, they haven't looked terrible on defense. They're playing good at the line of scrimmage and making some good tackles.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, too, because those two scores that North Greene had in that first quarter, and they're up 14-0, you expect a breakthrough, and the defense didn't even give up that third touchdown as a punt return touchdown. So that defense really only gives up those 14 in the first quarter and then holds that North Greene offense scoreless in the second. Now, I think to each their own. West Greene certainly had the chances. They had a couple plays where you make a better throw, you hit a receiver in stride, and you might be looking at a 21-14 ball game here. But just those what ifs, right? That's what we keep asking ourselves about West Greene. North Greene, I mean, their defense has come to play tonight too.
Yeah, I think, I talk about every game is control the line of scrimmage, and I think that North Greene defensive line of scrimmage has played great. You saw Adam Bernard step up, saw Dylan Gentry get a tackle for loss in the backfield, and so they're coming to play physical in that really tight formation that West Greene brings.
North Greene leading West Greene 21-0 at the halftime break. When we take a break, when we come back in our Heritage Community Bank halftime show, we'll hit our Nick Hershey scoring recap. That's up next here on First Horizon, Greene Sports Zone.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
And once again, we welcome you back to our Heritage Community Bank halftime report as we enter into our Nick Hershey scoring recap now, Chris. Let's take a look back at how it all got started. 3 minutes left in that first quarter. You had Thomas Darnell, had that beautiful ball to Matthew Boyd. He hits him in stride for that 37-yard touchdown. North Greene led 6-0 late in that first quarter stretch. Now fast forward into that second quarter of play. That's when things started to get pretty wonky. Thomas Darnell hits Kelson Eaststeps for that 60-yard touchdown pass. North Greene converts on the two-point conversion. They lead at 14-0 with 10 minutes left in that second quarter. If you remember, West Greene, directly following that drive, had to punt. They went 3 and out. They punted to the wrong guy. Brandon Weems, who returned a kick against them last year, answers with a punt return touchdown from 60 yards out. And that was all the scoring. It felt like we had more from that first half. But, Chris, 2 big touchdown passes for Thomas Darnell in that first half.
Yeah, I think he's looked very poised in this game. He took some of his mental errors from last week and corrected those, which you don't see a lot in high school. And so I thought he's done very well in that. And then we talked about on special teams. Coach Monroe talked about winning special team battle, and he's lost it here. Brandon Weems has come to play. And, like you said, you don't kick to that guy, and they did and made a mistake there.
North Greene leading 21-0 here at the half, and that punt return touchdown with 7 minutes left in that second quarter. That was all the scoring we had in that first half, which now stands at a 21-0 standstill. Another thing that's looked like a standstill at times has been that West Greene offense. We'll hop into our stats portion here of the halftime report. Just 23 yards of total offense for this West Greene offense, 11 on the ground and 12 through the air. Now, some of that is due to the negative yards they've had. They've had, and this is kind of eye-opening, losses of 7, of 5. They've had 2 losses of double digits, 1 of 14, and you had that 1 completion from Austin Brown to himself, the loss of 18. That didn't really hurt you offensively. You just backed yourself further up in that red zone. So I guess it kind of did hurt you anyways. But your stats for West Greene, 3 of 9 on the night for Austin Brown through the first half of play for 12 yards, no scores. And the West Greene rushing attack is held in check in that first half. Tristan Banks, 4 carries for a loss of 16 in that first half. Sean Bailey, however, productive outing out of him so far, 7 carries for 26 on the ground. Ethan White came in when Sean Bailey went down, 2 carries for 5 yards for Ethan White. Just the 3 conversions for Brown. Now, I guess the 1 conversion on third and long, but just 3 completions, 3 of 9. Would like to see him get more efficient. Chris, what do you say?
Yeah, you see he's 3 for 9, like you said, but 2 of those balls have been drop balls by his receivers, so you can't count everything out on Austin Brown there. I'd like to see in the second half, obviously I know you're a run-heavy offense, but maybe open up the pass game a little bit to, try to open it up a little bit. Maybe it's some checkdowns or whatever. But the offense has looked okay, but could be better. And then the defense, we've only seen 11 tackles out of that. Sean Bradley being one of those, Matthew Harrell being another one of those, and then you see Peyton Hilton with 4 tackles on the defensive side. You've seen him step up, so I'd love to see more from him in the second half as well.
Hilton definitely a linchpin in that front 7 defensively for West Greene. And they've had a tall task, but like you said just moments ago, they've really held that North Greene offense in check for the large part of that second quarter. North Greene, an offense that puts up 235 in the first 2 quarters of play, 67 on the ground, 168 through the air, a passing attack that has really flipped a switch here on a Thursday night. Thomas Darnell, 7 of 10 for 168 and 2 touchdowns. He's also been a busy man on the ground as well. 10 carries, 50 yards for the senior at the signal caller position. The 6'3", 190-pound senior really putting his body to the test here tonight. They've called his number a lot.
Yeah, I really like how North Greene's played, and I think their defense has played great tonight. We talked about, controlling the line of scrimmage. I think they've come hitting hard there and allowing for your defensive backs and your linebackers to hit the holes and to make some tackles for losses. We've seen 4 tackle for losses tonight and 18 total tackles out of that.
On the ground for the Huskies, of course, those 50 rushing yards from Darnell. Other than that, 4 carries, 5 yards for Leon Johnson, 3 carries, and 12 yards for Braden Weems. We saw him convert on that first down. But the air attack, which has been just so prolific for the Huskies tonight. I mean, look at Kelson Eastep, that 40-yard touchdown right out of the gates. He's got 2 catches for 43 and a tug. You look at Brandon Weems, a guy who had that punt return touchdown, but also 65 yards receiving in that first half. Matthew Boyd, the latest to catch that touchdown pass, the 37-yard reception. That's his sole reception through that first half of play. Now, North Greene defense pitching a first half shutout. Tell me about their showing from those first 2 quarters.
Yeah, I love how they've played so far. And obviously it's helped them out because their offense is playing great, so not everything's on them. But one thing I loved is that the defense has been spread out. You've seen Kelson Eastep with 3 tackles, Brandon Weems with 3 tackles, our guy Leon Johnson with 3 tackles. So it's not been one guy stepping up. The whole defense has really come to play tonight, and I think that's really put them over the edge on the defensive side of the ball.
And that'll do it for our scoring recap and statistical review brought to you by Nick Hershey, Cardinal Financial. Now we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the second half between North Greene and West Greene after the Heritage Community Bank halftime show wraps up.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
This is the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing, brought to you in part by Terry's Flooring, Heritage Community Bank, Baileyton Drug Company, State Representative David Hawk, and 70 in Summer Coin Laundry.
It is now the beginning of the 3rd quarter. North Greene will be kicking off.
And once again, we welcome back here at the Tundra as we welcome in this second half of play. A dominant first half performance by the North Greene Huskies. They take this 21-0 lead into the 3rd quarter of play. West Greene will receive the second half kickoff. And Chris, just a beautiful evening for us here tonight. High school football is back. North Greene looking to defeat their first cross-county opponent in over a decade here, looking to get their first win over West Greene in almost 20 years. So a lot of storylines to watch here in this second half of play. Let's get things started.
Number 15,
Starting it off hot with a freshman tackle, Charlie Price, just really coming to play.
With the boom down.
A good pursuit there from Weems as well. Chris, a lot of questions surrounding that West Greene offense in the first half. What's the keys to keep ahead of the chains and limit those mistakes here in the second half?
Yeah, I think you've got to, I've talked about it all night, but you've got to open up the playbook a little bit. You're down 3 scores here. Throw some check downs, maybe some screens, maybe some more outside runs, but you've got to open up the playbook a little bit more.
They'll open up in that flex bone formation from the 30-yard line, middle of the field. It'll be a toss for the wide receiver, Matthew Harrell, around the left end. Tumbles forward for about a yard gain.
Number 1, Matthew Harrell with the...
Yeah, brought down by Dylan Gentry. We've already seen a tackle from him earlier. He's really been in the right spot at the right times a few times tonight.
North Greene defensive front that's just been pursuing, and they've been on their horses all night. You talked about Bernard as well being one of those guys. Gentry, have called his name quite a few times. On this 2nd and 8, we'll see how much gas that defensive front has left in the tank. West Greene going to set up shop from the 36. It'll be another toss, this time
In the backfield.
Brought down by Dylan Gentry for his second tackle for loss tonight.
Hunter Franklin wrapped up in the backfield there. And Gentry again makes his impact known. 11:02 left to go here in the third quarter. West Greene's offense still stumbling around for some answers after the 7-yard loss.
Yeah, you always wonder in a tight formation like this, will the defensive line wear down? And so far we've seen they're still hitting just as hard as they were in the first quarter.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 12 now for this Buffalo offense from their own 28-yard line. A back in motion. Brown going to sprint out to his right. 3 receivers go out for a pass, and it gets wrapped up, taken down inside the 20 by Mr. Leon Johnson.
What an explosive play by Leon Johnson. He hit the holes just as he should. Got to the quarterback and just made an explosive play to build some momentum.
Another negative play for West Greene. Another impact play by this North Greene defense. The second consecutive one, and that's going to force West Greene to punt here on 4th and 18.
Yeah, we saw at the beginning of the game, North Greene came out with high energy. They go back to the locker room, they access, and they come out here with high energy again. And I think that's crucial in a game like this.
This punt tipped at the line. It seemed like it'll bounce forward into the hands of Brandon Weems, who already has a punt return touchdown to his name here tonight, right at the 50-yard line where that North Greene offense is going to set up shop with under 10 minutes to go here in the third.
For the North Greene Huskies.
The North Greene offense, like we said at halftime, just clicking on all cylinders, I think, through 2 quarters of play. Effective performance so far, really efficient. What we wanted Thomas Darnell to improve upon, he has improved upon. 7 of 10 for 168, 2 touchdowns through that first half.
Yeah, I think this offense has looked beautiful. I think each and every player has stepped up when they need to, and that's all you ask from your players.
Saw them go away from that 2-back set in that first half at times. They're going to bring it back here from the first play of scrimmage offensively. Zone read to the left, a pulling guard, and Leon Johnson going to break forward, get bounced off a few tacklers, and pushed off inside of the 25-yard line, knocking on the door to that Gary's Paint and Body red zone.
What a run by Leon Johnson. We talked last week how he was just a...
And a marker is down. Chris, as you say that, I was brought back to that midfield penalty marker, and looks like we're going to be back, and that same mistake continues to rear its ugly head. That killer of drives, that pre-snap penalty, and those 10, 15-yarders that North Greene struggled with last week, back them up past the chains here and negates what would have been a 28-yard carry.
Yeah, and, we've seen penalties hurt him last week, but I don't want to take away from Leon's run there. When he got out in the open field, he had 2 men to beat, and he just ran right through them. And so you love to see that physicality from a high school player.
Just 4 carries in that first half, and, he was effective defensively, but definitely a high-effort guy, a high-motor guy. I would like to see him get some more touches. Made the most of his first one, albeit it does get called back. The 1st and 20 here, right up the middle. Johnson once again breaks a few tackles, a shoestring tackle by the West Greene linebacker in Tristan Banks, and potentially another Leon Johnson carry that could have gone quite a far ways.
Yeah, he hit his holes perfectly up the middle and just executed for a few plays.
An 8-yard carry for Johnson here. Darnell going to call his own number along the left side, gets brought down out of bounds by a West Greene defensive lineman. That's Damian Santel. Good hustle play by the defensive end there for the Buffs.
It'll be 3rd down and 6.
We'll bring up a 3rd and about 7 for the Huskies here after the carry on 2nd down by Darnell. From the left hash into plus territory now, North Greene with a receiver either side, 2 backs behind Darnell. A wing back to his right. He'll take the snap, hand off to Johnson, who gets met in the backfield, taken down by Tristan Banks right at midfield.
It's not what you want to see there, but I think they still had some good plays. Obviously, that holding penalty brought them back and kind of killed that momentum, but see what they do here on 4th down.
Goes down as a loss of 2. It brings up 4th and 10 now from the 50-yard line. A big moment in the game here. We know Coach Tilson unafraid to go for it on 4th down. He'll leave his offense out on the field. Weems and Johnson both behind Darnell. They'll try to get the West Greene defensive front to jump off sides. Looks like Hilton jumped momentarily but got back in time. A little motion in the backfield here on 4th and 10. Darnell will take the snap, roll out to his right. Oh, and he's also a punter. He'll kick this one up and look to pin West Greene back defensively. It's going to take a roll inside the 15-yard line before being touched by Kelson Eastep. So they fooled us. They shifted into that punt formation, and instead of going for it, couldn't draw the West Greene defense off sides. They play it safe there. They just decided to punt it and pin West Greene deep.
Yeah, I guess that's the bonus to having your quarterback and your punter being the same person there. Like you said, you're trying to get them off sides, maybe being a more manageable fourth down there. You don't get it. You punt, and what a beautiful punt by Thomas Darnell.
Multifaceted athlete, that's for sure. Already great night through the air. Shows his prowess as a runner as well, and also a punter. Also going to play defensively here, lining up at corner for North Greene. Still in that flex bone set for the Buffs. They'll go on the counter play right up the middle, get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage for a gain of maybe a yard for that wingback in Tristan Banks.
Number 1, Matthew Harrell with the run. Taken down by number 13, Charles Price.
Banks 5 carries so far. Just 2 have been for positive yardage. That will bring up 2nd and 8 for the Buffs now from the left hash and their own 17-yard line. We're going to switch it up. Formation here. Out of the shotgun. Twins to the right. A handoff to the right side. Sean Bailey met at the 18-yard line by a couple Huskies. And a flag on the play.
Run by number 20, Sean Bailey.
Well away from where the tackle occurred. On the other hash is where that flag was thrown.
Yeah, opposite of the field, you almost wonder if it's another unsportsmanlike conduct that we saw earlier in the game.
So it'll go down as a gain of 2 tentatively until we see the call here, I guess you could
on the 19-yard line.
assume it's going to get waved off.
The Buffaloes. Looks like it's going to be half the.
And I speak too soon. It's going to be unsportsmanlike against the Buffaloes. So a loss of 15. And if you couldn't make matters any worse, offensively, you're not moving the ball, and then you keep shooting yourselves in the foot via 15-yarders. Just doesn't make life easier for you if you're Coach Monroe.
Yeah, I think if you want to close the gap here, you've got to have some momentum in this third quarter, and, we're not seeing that here.
7:34 left to go in the third. 21-0 still the North Greene lead. West Greene defense staying stout through the past 15 minutes, but this West Greene offense still struggling to move the ball. We'll see what they opt for here on 2nd and 15, pinned inside their own 10. Thanks to a good punt, a couple of good plays by that North Greene defense, and a negative play. That 15-yarder backs them well up. Austin Brown out of the pistol, send it back in motion, flip it up to Tristan Banks behind him, who'll roll forward for a positive gain before being brought down by Brandon Weems.
Run by number 1, Matthew Harrell.
That's a positive, especially in those 2nd and long situations. You don't want to lose yardage. You're pinned up as it is, but you want to just keep it moving forward. Certainly what the Buffs did there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm curious to see what the Buffaloes are going to come out and do here.
Gain of 5 is what it goes down for on Tristan Banks' stat sheet.
Looks like they're bringing out the punt team.
4th down and 9.
And I read the marker. It was a down, I guess, too late, too early. They had the 2nd down marker up, but it is 4th down now and about 10. Backed up to punt is Sean Bailey. He bobbles the snap and gets it off. Somehow, interference on the punt return, though, as Weems was reaching out to corral it in.
Punt reception broken up on the.
Matthew Harrell mid-tackle before the ball was in Brandon Weems' hands. And that'll put North Greene even further up into plus territory.
Yeah, that's twice we've seen West Greene with an interference. It didn't get called earlier in the game, and we ultimately saw Brandon Weems take it back to the house for a return, but again, you've got to give him space to catch that ball. We don't want to see injuries out here.
5 punts for this West Greene offense so far here tonight. 5 drives, 4 punts, 1 turnover on downs. It's just not going to cut it, Chris.
Yeah, you've got to go back to the drawing board and really talk things over with the team. Get them. I think one thing we've seen is miscommunication. We've got to hone that in by next week.
And talk about making matters worse for your defense. Now you get North Greene into plus territory on their enemy's 25-yard line, and a Husky offense that's been looking to break through since that early 2nd quarter. They got a good chance to do so here.
Yeah, we've seen Thomas Darnell throw 2 touchdown passes. We'd love to see him get one on the ground here.
They'll send trips out to the right, tight end on the left side of the formation. Leon Johnson to Darnell's right. Shotgun snap. He'll take it up the middle and get brought down by Centel and Sean Bailey. But that'll be enough for a gain of 6, and the Huskies now into the Gary's Paint and Body red zone.
Yeah, we've seen all game that Thomas Darnell's not afraid to use his legs. And obviously here you're in good territory. Put your head down and just run.
You're right. 12th carry of the game for Darnell. He's got 64 yards on the ground to lead that North Greene rushing attack. Again, they stay with the 3 receivers to the right of Darnell. Johnson to his left. He readies for the snap on 2nd and short. Read option. Off the left side. Here's Darnell. Sheds a tackler before getting wrapped up inside the 20 by Centel. Flag is thrown on the play.
Flag on the field.
Looks like it may be another holding call.
Looks to be the case. It's going to back the Huskies up once again. We saw it on the previous drive. Took away a 22-yard carry by Leon Johnson. This time, going to take them out of the red zone. Back them up past the 30-yard line. 6:04 left to play here in the third quarter. North Greene offense shooting themselves in the foot here in the second half thus far.
Yeah, one thing I just want to point out, and I've mentioned it a few times, is just Thomas Darnell, how much better he's looked at home. And you wonder if that's just being at your home turf makes it a lot easier, if he made a ton of adjustments through this
First
week.
time all year getting to defend that home turf here at the Tundra. A fake screen, bottom of the screen, and a throw darted into the arms of Matthew Boyd. Great play. Drew it up and executed it well. Matthew Boyd gets the Huskies to move the chains for a March Propane first down and back into the Gary's Paint Body red zone.
Yeah, what a beautiful play by Thomas Darnell. Just sitting in the backfield and taking his time. We saw that last week, too. We're going to see a hurry-up offense here by the North Greene Huskies.
The gain of 15, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Huskies inside the 15. Johnson rattles off a few defenders and then stumbles down at the 8-yard line after being brought down by one Ethan White.
Looks like he got another penalty marker on the play.
Johnson slow to get up. Looked like it might have been a face mask there.
Leon Johnson.
And it could be half the distance to the goal line. If that indeed is the case. Seconds continuing to tick off the clock here as we wind down to the waning minutes of the third quarter. Now 5 minutes left to play as the deliberation between the striped shirts continue.
Yeah, Matthew, we've seen North Greene just easily drive down the field here. What do you expect from him here in the red zone?
I say you get the ball into Brandon Weems' hands. I mean, you've seen those guys on the outside make tremendous plays on the perimeter, but maybe not Weems. I think that West Greene defense is expecting you to go there. Maybe you go to Matthew Boyd or Kelson Estep here. Or maybe you just power it up the middle with Leon Johnson. He's shown he can do that. Maybe Thomas Darnell just takes it to himself. Okay, sweet play here on the outside. It's Johnson running past defenders, head full of steams, diving into the end zone. Touchdown, North Greene.
Speeding around the outside edge for the North Greene touchdown.
I actually believe that was Brandon Weems with the handoff.
Oh, and you're right. It was Weems, not Johnson, but a 13-yard carry resulting in a touchdown for North Greene. And I just took my eyes off for a second. Thought for sure it was Johnson the way that he was running. But, hey, Brandon Weems, he's a heck of a ball carrier as well. But 4th touchdown of the day for the Huskies puts them up by 27 pending the extra point.
Yeah, what a beautiful offensive drive we've seen by North Greene right there. Multiple playmakers getting the ball. And you see Tilson's key is the game is playmakers got to make play, and each and every one of them showed up tonight.
Juan Soto's point after is through the uprights and good. North Greene tacks one more onto its lead. They hold a 28-0 lead over West Greene with 4:42 left to play in the third here on First Horizon, Greene Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
North Greene finds the footing on offense that they haven't seen since early second quarter. They take a 28-0 lead out of the break, and Buffalo's got to get something moving offensively here on the kickoff. Receiving is Aiden Thompson before getting trampled by a few Huskies at the 32-yard line.
Aiden Thompson with the run back.
13-yard touchdown run by the Huskies and Braden Weems on his 5th carry of the day. Chris, a North Greene offense that, despite the 2 holding penalties, end up punching it in the end. How important was that for an offense, for a confidence for a team in general?
Yeah, I think it's a good momentum boost to finish this game. You dragged the lead out by 4 touchdowns now, so you're kind of more of in a comfortable spot, especially the way West Greene's played tonight. And so now you just let your defense go to work.
4.5 left to go here. Third quarter of action. A bobbled snap by Brown, and he'll get wrapped up in the backfield. That's Colton Suggs, the 6'2 senior, with the tackle for loss. And the Buffaloes behind the chains on second down once again.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again that North Greene defensive line just jumping through holes and making it to that backfield quite frequently tonight.
Something that struck me, Chris, is the jumps that they've gotten. Like you said, they've just been exploding off the ball. And that's something we didn't necessarily see last Friday night. That's been a good thing to see from a squad that Coach Tilson was applauding throughout the offseason. A veteran group, 4 seniors on offense, and on defense, they play both sides of the ball. They've certainly gotten that penetration here tonight.
Yeah, they look very good on defense tonight. And, you know, they didn't look bad last week, but they look even better this week.
2nd and 12, a hand up right up the gut goes to Sean Bailey. He's been a busy man here tonight. He'll stumble forward for about a 5-yard gain, so a productive 2nd and 12 run. But Buffalo's still in need of a conversion here on 3rd and medium.
Braden Weems and number 20, Leon Johnson.
Looked like Leon Johnson was there to make that tackle. Looks like he's kind of limping a little bit. Hopefully didn't do any big injuries there.
3rd and 5 here from the 40-yard line. Another handoff right to Bailey. Trucking a defender, carrying another one well past the 50-yard line into plus territory. Down inside the 40. A gain of 20 on 3rd and 5, and the Buffaloes move the chains for another Mars Propane first down.
Wow, what an explosive play by Sean Bailey there, just breaking through tackle after tackle and pushing the North Greene defense out of the way there. We love to see finally a momentum shift maybe for West Greene.
We'll see if they can keep it rolling. We've seen those drives start good and end less fortunately for the Buffaloes so far in this one, but an errant snap here, and it's fumbled. Still on the turf. Brown reaches out for it, and he comes out of the wreckage with the pigskin. Colliding with him on the turf was Brody Lance. Or, excuse me, not Brody Lance, but
will be 2nd down.
Skylar Miller, of North Greene. Thought he was about to come away with it. And, hey, something Coach Tilson said. We saw this last week in Lower Afton. Check it out. Had those 2 fumbles. He said, hey, if there's a ball on the ground, you go fight for that ball, because it's not necessarily who jumps on it first. It's who comes out of the huddle with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I think they've done a great job jumping on the ball there. But, man, that's really a momentum killer for West Greene there.
Another negative play on 1st down. The 2nd down play call will be a handoff up the middle. Sean Bailey stopped in his tracks and brought down by Leon Johnson.
And it also looked like Charles Price was there for his 3rd tackle of the game.
Just a freshman. He's made quite the impact here tonight.
That's what you want to see from your freshmen. You know, these seniors aren't here forever. They're going to have to move on, and you've got to have that guy to step up. And I think Price has shown great effort last week and this week stepping up.
Absolutely. Coming out of the huddle now, Buffs needing to convert a 3rd and 13 from North Greene's 41-yard line. Go back to that flexbone set, a back in motion. They'll fake the counter play. It's a waggle, open back, and it's Sean Bailey with the reception. Tackled inside the 30 by Mr. Brandon Weems. Good play call by the Buffs there on 3rd down.
Yeah, I love to see it open up the play call, throwing a little, nothing long. It doesn't always have to be a deep pass, but getting some movement on the ball that you've not seen from the Buffalo's offense.
13-yard completion from Brown to Bailey. Was that Bailey on the reception there?
It was.
So a 13-yard catch for Bailey. It's his second of the night. 2 receptions and 39 yards for the feature back in that West Greene offense. This Buffalo offense with about a minute left to go in the third moves the chains for a Marsh Propane first down, but another bobbled snap, or really just an errant one, down at the feet of Brown, reaching back to grab it as Tristan Banks. Another negative play on first down.
Yeah, it's like every time they get one good play, it gets set back by a penalty or a bad snap or miscommunication. And so those are things that when you go back to adjustments this week, you've really got to talk as a team and figure out how we're going to stop easy mistakes like that.
A loss of 11 on the play, so Buff's got to lock in here on 2nd and 21. And, Chris, last week it was really just a matter of a couple of plays in that 34-7 loss to Cosby. This game feels a little different. It's been a string of plays, and it's really offensively just the pre-snap penalties and the pre-snap mistakes and the bad snaps and a whole host of other things that have just contributed to negative yardage on those odd downs.
Yeah, you've really seen West Greene struggle. I think mentally. I think they're losing the mental battle here. You saw North Greene jump out early, and West Greene struggled to fight back from there.
A couple yards and a cloud of dust for Sean Bailey, and that will take us to the quarter's end. At the end of 3, North Greene 28, West Greene 0. Here as we continue with our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Fourth quarter on its way after this.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company, we wrangle your tangles.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Tundra. North Greene leading West Greene 28-0 as we start this fourth quarter of play. West Greene coming out of the break, look to convert a 3rd and 18 in the plus territory, though, on North Greene's 39-yard line.
Yeah, if you're West Greene here, it's now or nothing. You've got one more quarter to go. You got to get everything you got out here.
28 points down. We've seen him come back from hefty deficits in this series here before, but Chris, like we said numerous times throughout the broadcast, North Greene looking to do something that they haven't done in nearly 20 years, and a trick play on third down here. Tristan Banks was looking for, let's call it a flea flicker in motion, and then gets the toss, but draped in coverage on that right sideline. That was good coverage by the North Greene defensive backfield. That was Jared Swatzel, a young sophomore corner for the Huskies. Blanketed coverage, and that will result in just a few yards gained by Tristan Banks on the play. We'll call it a gain of 2 on 3rd and long.
Yeah, I thought it was a good play by West Greene there, but we've seen every time that West Greene does something good, North Greene responds back with something even better. And you love to see that as a North Greene coach, and, something to be proud of on that defensive side of the ball.
And you put those corners on islands here tonight. A veteran defensive backfield. You've got guys like Darnell and Weems and also guys like Matthew Boyd back there, who's a junior, but they've had a tough assignment here tonight. A lot of one-on-ones. Brown going to take a shot here on 4th and long and nearly picked off.
Another overthrow.
Another turnover on downs for this Buffalo offense, and that will lend itself over to North Greene. Chris, barring anything catastrophic, North Greene going to hold on to win here if they can hold on to this 28-point lead, and we talked about it times throughout the broadcast. The last time a North Greene team has beaten a West Greene team, got to go back to 2006. West Greene winners of 18 straight in the series. Just a huge game for this Husky program in their first game here at the Tundra this season.
Yeah, and I think you look back last year, North Greene jumped out early to 16-0 lead, then they kind of stalled out. And I think that's something you've seen different here is they just kept pushing the pace and staying on top.
And you best believe that was the message in the halftime locker room and even at times throughout the week. Hey, if we have a lead, we hold on to it and we don't let up. And this North Greene team has not let up here tonight. 1st and 10, it'll be a carry on the left side for Darnell here. Good for a gain of about 5. Darnell has had his number called quite a few times here tonight. 13 carries for the senior signal caller, and he continues to rack up that yardage on the ground.
Yeah, and, I really like just the poise, again, that Thomas Darnell's showed in his leadership skills.
2nd and 5 here for the Huskies. Johnson on the outside run to the right side, wrapped up by the corner for West Greene. That's going to be Aiden Thompson, the freshman.
3rd down and about 1.
Big shoestring tackle there, nearly saving not a touchdown saving tackle, but a big gain saving tackle on Leon Johnson. 3rd and short here for the Huskies.
Yeah, and you've seen it. If you'll give the Huskies any open field, they're going to take advantage of that. And so what a stop by Aiden Thompson.
Another handoff to Johnson on the right side, who lowers the shoulder.
Taking the hit, picking up the 1st down.
That was Peyton Hilton and Aiden Thompson both teaming up on the duo tackle, and that will be enough to move the chains for another Marsh Propane 1st down.
Looks like Aiden Thompson got a little shooken up there on that play. Got hit pretty hard.
Just a freshman. He's brought it 2 straight plays. Leon Johnson also has brought that shoulder, lowered the pads, if you will. Left side, trips receivers. Johnson to the right of Darnell here. They're going to call his number again. They'll pull a guard to the left side as well. Johnson makes a cut up field for needing 2 tacklers to bring him down at the 40-yard line into plus territory.
Yeah, we've seen possession after possession. North Greene cannot be stopped right now, and I think that really goes to show that the work they put in this week. We saw them put points on the board last week, but in bigger play scenarios. But here they've been very consistent on offense, moving the ball down the field.
9:10 left to go. 3 carries this drive for the Huskies. Winding down that clock, chewing some clock out. And it'll be a drop back pass here for Darnell. He'll half roll to his right and decide to tuck it and run. Cut up field, make his defender miss, and will dive forward right at the 20-yard line. Thomas Darnell is showing some athleticism there.
Yeah, he's not been afraid to put his head down and run. When coverage has been kind of eaten up, he just puts his head down and run, and I think that's really opened up this offense and made West Greene really think we've got to have somebody watching Thomas at all times.
A gain of 20 on the play. North Greene knocking on the door of the Gary's Paint and Body red zone. Looks like a North Greene offensive line there that wasn't quite ready for the snap, and a handoff that goes to Leon Johnson. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. North Greene with a 1st and goal on the way.
Man, Leon Johnson's a tough player. We saw how tough he was on the defensive side of the ball, but now this week we said that we wanted to see him execute on the offensive side of the ball, and he's done just that.
Injured Buffalo down on the field. We'll take a break and let him stretch things out. With 8:34 left to go here in the 3rd. North Greene leading West Greene 28-0 here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Hello, friends. This is State Representative David Hawk. Always honored to support our Greenville and Greene County schools and their academic and athletic programs. We are blessed to have great families, teachers, and coaches working hard to ensure a bright future for our students. I'm David Hawk, encouraging all listeners to get involved and stay involved with our young people to help them succeed. We work hard in the classroom through the week and play hard on the field when the Friday night lights turn on.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. "24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team."
Ken at the board, the Buffalo shaking up on the previous play, and a play later, Leon Johnson. They call that number once again. This time he rolls into the end zone for a Husky touchdown, 34-0. North Greene on top.
Yeah, this week, Leon's just shown that he can be a factor on the defense last week, and he can be a factor on the offense this week. And that's something that teams, as they're watching film, they're really going to look heavy on Leon Johnson.
3 carries from Leon Johnson to end that drive. Gains of 14, 15, and 5, the most recent of which into the end zone. Put North Greene up 5 scores. Back to attempt the point after Juan Soto. Another errant snap here, and point after will be no good, but the damage is done. We go to a break with 8:29 left to go here in the fourth. North Greene 34, West Greene 0.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
The North Greene offense clicking on all cylinders as Leon Johnson powers in for the Huskies' 5th touchdown of the game. They lead West Greene 34-0 here with 8:18 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Thompson on the kickoff return. A good juke on a defender for eventually getting wrapped up and taken down at West Greene's 35-yard line. Chris was looking at the drive chart here in this second half. North Greene started out with that punt, but since then, 2 touchdowns. It's been a running clock, if you will, with the amount of rushes that they've had. Leon Johnson, the beneficiary in that most recent drive from North Greene. What have you liked about that North Greene offense this second half?
Yeah, I think they've been very consistent, and it's really hard to stop a consistent offense. They've been able to throw the ball. They've been able to run the ball. And Thomas has been able to keep the ball and kind of do whatever he wants with it.
North Greene continuing to stack defenders in that box. Austin Brown with the shotgun snap, a handoff up the middle for Sean Bailey there, and a little extracurricular after the play.
Run by number 20, met at the line.
Between that was the board, the injured player a few plays back. I wonder if he was trying to get that lick back, as the kids call it.
Yeah, I think so.
A positive play on first down for the Buffaloes, something we haven't said too often here tonight, but 1 plus is that you are in second and manageable instead of being backed up behind the sticks on the second play of the series.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you're West Greene, you're just looking to have some momentum to take into next game. Obviously, you're probably not going to come out with a win here, but try to get some good impact plays.
Tristan Banks on the reverse, looking for some momentum, like you said, Chris, and he'll be dragged down at the 45-yard line. Looks like that should be enough to move the chains, and it will be another Marsh Propane first down.
Brought down by sophomore Turner Collins.
And again, a Buffalo down on the play, dealing with another cramp issue. And we will keep it right here. Chris, we were talking through the break and just touched on that region that North Greene has to face. A big region, 8-team region, but you got teams like Cosby that you know is going to put up a lot of points. You got teams like Hampton that's going to put up 40 a game. You said North Greene, an offense that's put up 30-plus in 2 straight games. How excited are you for this conference and how it's going to pan out throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really explosive conference, something to really look forward to each and every week. And if you're North Greene, you just got to work to get better each and every day on the defensive side of the ball.
Inside veer on 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. And Sean Bailey going to take it to the 48-yard line before getting wrapped up. 5:40 left to go in this one. 34-0 still your score with North Greene leading. A big-time response from last week's game in Lower Afton. This defense came to play tonight, continues to just anchor down a West Greene offense that certainly hasn't made matters easier for themselves. Motion back, and another bobbled snap. Brown reaches up and grabs it up off the turf. Gets spun around on that far sideline. Several green helmets racing over to Brown for bringing him down for a gain of about 1.
Looks like they're going to give that tackle to Colton Suggs. We've seen him a little bit last week. We've seen him a little bit tonight, and just looking forward to see what he can continue to grow this season.
Looks like the change will be made for this North Greene defense. A couple of the younger guys getting a chance to play under these Thursday night lights. That's a good thing to see, too. And North Greene hasn't always had that, but Coach Tilson talked about it all offseason. You got enough guys finally to where you can actually go 1-on-2, or like one offense on 2 defense, and good to get those younger guys some reps here.
Yeah, I think this is a great time. Obviously, you've got a comfortable lead with 4 minutes to go in the game, so you get that younger guy some experience. So when it is time to call his number, he's not kind of blindsided by that big moment.
Another young guy on the opposing side, it's Ryan Miller, the freshman, with a gain of about 5 on 3rd and long there. That'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Buffaloes. Now into plus territory from the North Greene 42-yard line. Under 4 to play here in this one.
The Buffaloes.
And Coach Monroe going to take a chance to talk things over. We'll take a break, come back in 60 seconds with under 4 to play. It's North Greene 34, West Greene 0 here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyriq, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them. And while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Greene Shopping Center.
3:50 left to play here in the 4th quarter of play. Austin Brown, the 4th and 1 snap. Right up the gut it goes. And looks like that's going to be Rylan Miller once again for West Greene, stumbling forward to move the chains, and another Mars Propane first down.
Yeah, I talked about earlier, at this point in the game, if you're West Greene, you're just trying to maybe get your young guys in there, maybe get some something to carry into next week and have some positives to look on. And I think, converting on even 4th downs like that is something to carry into next week.
And a couple of young guys getting some playing time on both sides of the ball. Rylan Miller, the freshman, the last 2 carries for West Greene. That's a positive, too, getting some young guys some reps in this big-time atmosphere. Miller again gets the call on 1st and 10, gets wrapped up and drugged down at the 35. Another positive gain for the Buffs there on 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 yards for Rylan Miller. Under 3 to play now here from the Tundra. Chris, a beautiful evening for some Thursday night football. I can't believe we're still going to have some more tomorrow night. Not with us two, but just around the county. And then UT football kicking off on Saturday. I know my LSU Tigers are in play as well. Tusculum gets in action in West Virginia this Saturday. We'll talk about all that in the post game, but just couldn't be more excited for this football season to fully take effect.
Yeah, what a beautiful time in the year to have football back in all levels of play.
Good run here by Matthew Harrell on 2nd down. He'll get dragged down at the 30-yard line. That'll be enough to move the chains. And once again, another Marsh Propane, first down. 1st and 10 now for the Buffaloes. Middle of the field at the 30-yard line, nearing the 2-minute mark. If you're West Greene, Chris, you just try to run this down and maybe punch it in at the end of things.
Yeah, it'd be nice to at least put some points on the board.
First down carry here for Leon Johnson, who runs over defender, calling a gain of 8 for Bailey. Hey, Bailey, I know I call him Leon Johnson. They both grace the number 20, and both have been exceptional here tonight for their respective teams. But Sean Bailey has been a busy man. He's been a tremendous help for that West Greene backfield. They haven't gained a lot. They haven't moved the sticks a ton, but Sean Bailey has certainly been a highlight in that 3-back feature.
Yeah, he's definitely given everything he's got each and every time that his number's called. And obviously it's been overlooked by the offensive stats, but he's done great tonight, I think.
Backup quarterback in here for the Buffaloes. Another errant snap ends up on the permafrost, and picking it up is that backup quarterback, Hunter Franklin. Hunter, just a sophomore.
Tackle in the backfield by number 50, TJ Bowers.
Now under a minute left to go here from North Greene High School. And Chris, 50 seconds to go. Looks like North Greene going to hold on for this monumental win in their program.
Yeah, I believe that, they came to play, and as we talked about earlier, they kind of got stopped last year, jumped out early and then kind of stalled out. But tonight, man, they've just put the pressure on each and every play.
And a whistle here going to stop it before
25 seconds left in the quarter.
The third down play can happen, and we'll keep it right here with 25 seconds left before we reach the end of things. Chris, we talked about it being a monumental win. Coach Tilson, in his few years with this North Greene program, has just gone leagues and leagues beyond what anybody expected, especially from a program like North Greene. When he came in, the places that he's taken it so far, he's about to knock off a county school for the first time since 2014. Their first win over West Greene since 2006.
Yeah, two times or two records that he can finally put behind him, and really have something to talk about in the halls and in class from all the students, and something the students can look forward to and be proud of a football team here.
Yeah, and you break an 18-game streak for the other side, and hey, now you're starting to look down the schedule. I'm eyeing Friday, September 12th now when you go to Rebel Hill. That could be a fun one to call as well.
Yeah, I think North Greene's really excited for this schedule, and like you said, they've got something to build on to look forward to South Greene in a few weeks.
And North Greene with a win here tonight moves to 1-1 in county competition. Chris, North Greene is in contention for the County Cup after picking up their first conference, or their first county win, rather.
Yeah, and we've not seen them being a County Cup champion since 1986, and even then they weren't the outright champion. They had to share that one, so I know it's something that they're really looking forward to be back in the talks of.
And the seconds continue to wind down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. North Greene gets the victory, 34-0. Their first win over West Greene since 2006. Their first win against the county school since 2014. Chris, it feels like 96 again.
Yeah, I know this North Greene football team's looking to ride high on some of these wins. And again, the students have something to look forward to. But not only a win, but a shutout, 34-0. A great defensive effort by North Greene, but man, a consistent offense we've seen from North Greene here tonight.
Dominance by the North Greene Huskies as they defend home turf for the first time they've played here at the Tundra all season. Again, your final: North Greene 34, West Greene 0. Chris, we'll take a break. When we come back, our Heritage Community Bank post-game show continues.
No more sitting in a waiting room when you're feeling awful. Baileyton Drug Company now offers a all-in-one test kit. Just pick it up at 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton. Take it home and test once for COVID, flu A, flu B. Then call or text us a picture of your positive results, and a pharmacist will fill your prescription for easy pickup, all from the comfort of your own home. Baileyton Drug Company, 515 Man Hill Road in Baileyton, or visit our website, BaileytonDrugCompany.com.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
One thing we all have in common is the need for a good running vehicle. Here at 107 Tire and Service Center, we make that achievable with our affordable prices on repairs. Our certified techs equipped to work on any major or minor repair from brakes to engine replacements, and we offer high quality parts and a 12-month or 12,000-mile parts and labor warranty on most repairs. Come and see us at 6256 Irwin Highway in Chuckey, Tennessee, or give us a call at 620-4970.
Unfortunately, laundry is for everyone. Luckily, so is 70 and Summer Coin Laundry. As Greenville's first-in-class laundromat, 70 and Summer Coin Laundry proudly offers Greene County and the surrounding areas an always clean and video-monitored environment to safely utilize their coin and card-operated machines that have the option to operate in both Spanish and English language, and their high-capacity washers and dryers. And for your convenience, detergent, fabric, softener, and snack machines are available. So finally, Laundry Day can be your favorite day at 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, located at 1045 West Summer Street.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
This is the Bachman Bernard GSZ TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing, brought to you in part by the 107 Tire and Service Center, The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Baileyton. Sweet Sports Tavern and Eatery by Food City. Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Hello once again, and welcome back to the Tundra as we enter into the Heritage Community Bank post-game show. North Greene gets the victory over West Greene tonight, 34-0, breaking an 18-game spell against the Buffaloes, dating back all the way to 2006, the last time they had beaten the Buffaloes, September 15th, 2006. It also breaks a near decade-long spell of losing against county schools, the last time they defeated a county school back in 2014. The first time in 11 years that has happened, and the first time in 19 years you defeat West Greene. Chris, just a magical night for North Greene, dominant from start to finish. What's your overall takeaways from that performance?
Yeah, I thought North Greene looked great on both sides of the ball. I think from last week you saw improvements on the offensive side and continued good plays on defense from multiple people. And so overall, I just think that North Greene really has come to play this season.
And you know, a lot of the guys that we were expecting to take leaps in this second week of the season, we called them out pre-game, and they certainly stepped up to the occasion. Couple of guys that just made terrific plays throughout. I don't think there was one player on North Greene's team that I could say played worse than they did last Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think each and every player, whether it was on the offensive line or it was a skill player, I think everyone took a step in the right direction.
North Greene with the win will improve to 1-1. They taste victory for the first time here in 2025. West Greene with a loss will fall to 0-2 and will have some hard questions that they'll need to find some answers to down the road in this young season. So again, your final: North Greene 34, West Greene 0. As our Heritage Community Bank post-game show continues, we'll hop into the Nick Hershey scoring recap right after this.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Hey everyone, and welcome back here from the Tundra, where North Greene knocks off West Greene 34-0. The first time a North Greene team has won in these kids' lifetimes. First time since 2006, Chris. First time a North Greene team has beaten a county team since 2014. Just a night that will go down in the school's history books forever.
Yeah, what a performance. Again, that I said that the players can take into next week, that they can take into the season, but something that the North Greene family and students can take in and be proud of.
Now, as we continue throughout this Heritage Community Bank post-game show, let's hop into our Nick Hershey scoring recap. There was a lot of it in a hurry for North Greene right out of the gates. We'll start way back when things began in that first quarter of play. If you remember, getting things started, Matthew Boyd, that 37-yard touchdown reception from Thomas Darnell. And then before the quarter could end, you saw North Greene get on the board again, or excuse me, right out of the gates in that second quarter when Thomas Darnell hit Kelson Eaststep for that 63-yard touchdown pass. And then you blink, 3-and-out West Greene, and then Brandon Weems. You don't punt it to the guy, but they punt it to the guy, and he returns it for 6, makes them pay for it. North Greene took that 21-0 lead into halftime, and then coming in out of the gates, a North Greene offense that came out, they punted, and then they forced another 3-and-out for West Greene, and then it was dominance ever since. Touchdown and touchdown on their last 2 drives of the game. Both teams, a combined 7 drives between them in that second half, but the next one to get his name called over the public address intercom was Braden Weems, an 8-yard touchdown run that put North Greene ahead 28-0 with 4:34 left to go in the third quarter. And then now into the fourth quarter, we saw that, I'm just going to dub it the Leon Johnson drive. It felt like he had every play, he had every carry of that drive. He barrels in with a 7-yard touchdown run for the final points of the evening to put North Greene up 34-0. They would hold on to win it for the last 8:25. Nobody else would score. And that's your final, 34-0. The first time a Husky team has defeated a Buffaloes team since 2006. And, man, how sweet it is. How sweet it is. That's a North Greene program, too, in Coach Tilson's 4th year that just has all the momentum in the world right now. And you look down the road, you still got South Greene a couple weeks from now. But, Chris, wanted to hone in on the stats here in this Nick Hershey scoring recap. We talked about the drives and how we got there. Talked about a bunch of key players here tonight. I think you got to start with the signal caller, Thomas Darnell.
Yeah, I think he looks so professional in a sense. Last week we saw him. I complimented that he could hang out in the pocket and make the right play. But tonight he just looked on the next level. I think being at his home crowd really helped him calm down a little bit. And we saw him making great plays in the air. But also we saw him putting his head down and running the ball.
Yeah, and a couple other running backs in that backfield were also toting that rock. It was Leon Johnson and Braden Weems. Johnson finishes the night 50 yards rushing with a touchdown, and then Braden Weems, they get him into that end zone in that third quarter, 25 yards on the ground with a touchdown as well. And then the receivers just came to play, evenly distributed throughout all 3 of those primary ball catchers. Kelson Eastep, 43 yards receiving and a touchdown. Brandon Weems had 65 yards and a touchdown, punt return touchdown for him. And then you had Matthew Boyd reeling a touchdown catch to get things going to go along with his 52 yards receiving and a touchdown as well. But a lot of big performers on that North Greene defense as well, Chris.
Yeah, I think, we've talked all night about that offense and how explosive they were, but I don't want to take away from the defense. Last week they had 33 total tackles. This week 35. They increased on that. Last week I believe they had 3 tackles for losses. Tonight they had 8.
That's
Man,
big.
They had really stepped up and hit every hole. And, we talked about being in that tight offense and how hard that is for the defense to really have to go through that. And I think they executed that well. We also saw a sack from Colton Suggs, but Leon Johnson and Brandon Weems just really held it down, each leading with 5 tackles.
279 total yards for that North Greene offense, 235 of which came in that first half. Just 111 yards on the ground, most of those coming from the quarterback, Thomas Darnell, but a defense that held West Greene to 50 total yards. That's what I got it at, 50 total yards. You had 37 in the second half, so a step up for West Greene, but just 11 on the ground for the Buffs in the first half, 24 for a total of 35 total in that ball game. Just 25 yards total passing, also from Austin Brown, who finishes the night 4 of 10 for 25 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. The Buffaloes' leading rusher was Sean Bailey, probably the lone bright spot that you could point to in that West Greene offense, at least. It was Bailey, had a good night on the ground, churned out 39 yards rushing. Another guy, Rylan Miller, a younger guy, came in there late, 15 yards on the ground for him. But other than that, not a lot to speak of for that North Greene or that West Greene offense.
Yeah, and I think their defense is, I guess, their site to talk about. Peyton Hilton, last time we talked about him being explosive on the offense side of the ball and coming down with a touchdown last week. This week we see him step up on the defensive side with 5 tackles leading the team. They only had 20 total tackles, but I definitely think they had some bright spots in their defense. And then you also see Damian Centel, he had 4. We saw him early in the game, but I think they got worn down really easy as the game went on. And, it was just hard. The more you got down, the harder it was to play through that.
Another Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing in the books. Chris, That will do it for our Nick Hershey scoring recap, but we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you our 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game right after this.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Hello and welcome back into the Heritage Community Bank post-game show where North Greene defeats West Greene 34-0 for the first time since 2006. So the Huskies defeat the Buffaloes. Chris, so many big names to talk about and so many big performers here tonight, but who do you have as our 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game?
Yeah, we had some great playmakers step up tonight, but I think the one that stood out was Thomas Darnell holding it down at the quarterback spot. We saw him way more efficient throwing the ball, going 8 for 12 for 100 and almost 80 yards and 2 touchdowns out of that. But outside of passing, man, he put his legs on the ground for 13 carries, 90 yards. Man, he just looked phenomenal out there.
And one of those big keys that you said beforehand was you got to improve on that 7 of 20. He went from 40% passing to 67% passing. That is major. That's major. And it's actually he went 35% passing from a week ago to almost doubling that production here tonight. So much more efficient. No picks. More importantly, put that 0 up in the interception column. But his play on the ground really set the tone early for the Huskies.
Yeah, I think that was one thing, obviously we wanted to see him improve in the passing game. And while he did that, he was able to open that up, I think, by being able to put it on the ground, run the ball, and really make West Greene change up their whole defense.
And so much of that offense just facilitates through Darnell, and he certainly proved that tonight. 267 total yards, and the team had 354 total offensive yards. So all but 75 rather, of his team's 354 total yards. Just a complete effort tonight from Thomas Darnell.
Yeah, man, he looked beautiful. And, I can't wait to see what he's going to do next week. We've seen tonight that each and every player took a step in the right direction on offense and defense. And as a leader being Thomas Darnell, I can't wait to see how he takes that next step next week to improve off of this week's win.
Thomas Darnell, your 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's on the docket for tomorrow night in our Friday night scoreboard. That's coming up here on the Heritage Community Bank postgame show.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
A night to remember here at the Tundra as North Greene knocks off West Greene 34-0 for their first win over the Buffs in almost 2 decades. Chris, what a night that I won't soon forget. But here as we wind to a close here on our broadcast, let's take a look at what's to come here in the weeks to come. North Greene obviously jumps out to a 1-1 record now after tonight's win. West Greene slides to 0-2. Let's look at what's on the schedule for them, and then we'll get to some scores both tonight and then what's to come tomorrow as the majority of the state gets to kicking off then. But North Greene, of course, with a win here tonight, 1-1 now. They will be playing on the road next week at Hancock County, so quite the drive for the Huskies. That's next week, Friday, September 5th at Hancock County. It opens up a 2-game road stretch until they welcome back Cosby here at the Tundra Friday, September 19th. That's going to be a monster game, North Greene and Cosby, 3 weeks from tomorrow, actually. But first, you got to take care of business at Hancock and at South Greene.
Yeah, I think you take the schedule one game at a time. Obviously, I know you get a big win in a cross-county game, and so you want to look forward to that South Greene game, and you take advantage of that. But I think you got to hone in one game at a time. You have great things to take away from this week and bring into next week. Then take those things and build up on that going into games forward. But I think the important thing is just taking this schedule one game at a time.
And West Greene 0-2 now in their 2 games this 2025 campaign. They will be at home next week for the first time of the young season against a Chuggett Oak squad that, hey, they looked great when we covered them last week. I'm anxious to see that Black Knights team again, but they'll be playing on the range next week as West Greene will play their first home game of the season on Friday, September 5th.
Yeah, West Greene obviously struggled, come out 0-2 to start the season, and it doesn't get any easier with Chucky Doak. Like you said, we saw him last week looking pretty good. But I do think it helps West Greene that they get their next 2 games at home, get behind that home crowd. You seen Thomas Darnell tonight playing under his home crowd, had really good poise. So maybe you see that from West Greene after their 2-game road trip to open up the season, they get to come home.
Couple other big games on the docket for today before we get to tomorrow's schedule. Not a lot of teams playing on a Thursday night throughout the season, but this weekend certainly the exception with Labor Day weekend rolling in. But a couple of updates to get you on. Gatlinburg-Pittman leads Cott County in the fourth quarter of that affair, 23-12, Happy Valley at the half leads Cloudland 55-6. That was our last update over in Carter County. Happy Valley, no slouch of a program. They're going to be good, and they're in West Greene's region again this year, and they're going to be on the Buffalo schedule again this year. So that's a good Happy Valley team that was leading by nearly 50 points at the halftime break.
Yeah, and West Greene has to go on the road to play Happy Valley, so that is not going to be a game to really look forward to.
Unicoi County gets the win over Northview Academy 29-27. That's going to have some implications in Region 1 3A because Unicoi being in that same region with Chucky Oak, and then Seymour knocks off Pigeon Forge 17-8. That's another Region 1 3A opponent in Pigeon Forge that the Black Knights will have to face. So Seymour and Unicoi both get the win there, both opponents of the Black Knights this season. Then let's take a peek ahead at tomorrow's schedule. Couple that need to be on your radar as far as games that will be over our airways here from Radio Greenville tomorrow, Friday, August 29th. Of course, the one that I'm most looking forward to is that Greenville-Upperman game. Coverage beginning tomorrow at 7 p.m. on 99.5 WGRV. Ron Metcalf will have the call for you over at Burley Stadium. And then also South Greene at Daniel Boone. County game of the week, coverage beginning at 6:30 on 103.1 FM WIKQ. And then a game that won't be covered but going to be talked about all the same is that Chucky Doak at Sullivan East game. And then we just keep on rolling. Week 1 college football is here. Tennessee, Syracuse in Atlanta at 12 noon on Saturday, August 30th. Pre-game coverage will begin at 11:30 on 103.1 WIKQ. And Tusculum at Bluefield State. That'll be a big one as well. Brian Staten and I will give you the call for that one. We'll make the trek to the lovely state of West Virginia. Coverage of that one will open up at 6:30, and opening kick will be at 7. That will be on 95.5 FM WSMG. So really stoked for this weekend full of football. Chris, any matchups catch your eye?
Yeah, I think the Greenville-Upperman game you talked about is going to be a really good matchup. And I think, too, Greenville only got to play half of a game last week due to some weather issues, and so they're well rested up. But even just that first half, man, they put 35 points on the board. Then you talk about South Greene having to go to Boone. That's going to be a tough game for them, but I think they have some solid uprise from last game to look forward to.
Yeah, that's a great point you make there, too. I didn't even think about that. A couple other big games for tomorrow as we peek ahead in some other regions. Volunteer Claiborne, that's a big one as well. Of course, West Ridge, David Crockett, which is a huge game in that region. You have the Johnson County Hampton game, both really good players in their respective regions in opposite classes this year, though. Sevier County, Jefferson County should be a good one. Science Hill, Mo West, be on a couple of people's radars. Elizabethton and Tennessee High, both looking for their first win of the season. That should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I think you're going to have some really good games to look forward to. And I really don't think there's going to be a bad game this week. I think everybody's going to come to play. You've got some really good teams like Elizabethton who lost last week, and so they're looking to bounce back in that win column. So you're going to see a lot of hard-hitting, heavy football coming up this week.
And as we bring tonight's broadcast to a close, Chris, we're going to make the announcement over the airways. Next week's Bachman-Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. We will be headed to the Range, Chuggy Oak at West Greene next week, Friday, September 5th. We get to see that Chuggy Oak team again, and we get to see West Greene again for the second time for both of those schools this season. I'm pretty stoked for that matchup. That's a hostile environment. Chuggy Oak's a young, fun team to watch. West Greene still has some answers that they need to work on, right, offensively primarily, but that's going to be a good game. That's arguably Chuggy Oak's biggest rival, and, playing in that rivalry game, that's a lot up for grabs, bragging rights. For the most part.
Yeah, I think it's a very important game for both teams. Chuggy Oak, you're talking about going on the road and trying to get a big win like that. Again, West Greene trying to find who they are as a team, but you get to do it at home, and I think that's going to really help to have your home crowd behind you in a game like that.
And that'll do it for us tonight here from the Tundra. Again, your final score, North Greene 34, West Greene 0. North Greene gets their first win over a county opponent since 2014. Over a decade-long spell of losing against inter-county competition to get their first win over West Greene since 2006, which, like you said, Chris, before many of these players' initial birthdays, their first birthdays. So that'll do it for us here from Baileyton. For Tyler Nichols, our producer here tonight, for Derek Tarleton on the camera, fantastic as always, for Chris Sauceman, and for all of our coaches that we heard from in the pregame, Coach Sean Jones, Coach Billy Kaler, and Coach Evan Monroe and Eric Tilson. This has been Matthew Palazzo saying so long, good night, and God bless from Baileyton.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Greene Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman-Bernard Greene Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac. At Bachman Bernard, they go the extra mile to see you smile. By Tommie's Plumbing. If you've got a leak, let Tommie take a peek. The Marathon Quick Stop Markets. Run in when you run out. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor. Gateway Ford Nissan. Buy local and save thousands at Gateway Ford Nissan. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day. Casper's Wrecker Service. Providing quick towing to East Tennessee since 1992. Open 24 hours a day. Tusculum Body Shop since 1963. Come see them for all your auto body needs. Sweet Sports Tavern and Eatery. Score a seat at Sweets, where fans become family. Main Brand Hair Company. Go experience the Main Brand difference. Food City. Value every day. The Terry Law Firm. The Terry Law Firm fights for you. Small town firm, big city know-how. Terry's Flooring. Add value to your home by seeing Popsy and his team. The 107 Tire Center, your neighborhood tire and auto experts. The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Baileyton. 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, Greenville's first-in-class laundromat. State Representative David Hawk, proud, unwavering conservative leadership. Baileyton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not